tracker.
And it zooms in and out. Like you do this to zoom in and out and stuff.
Oh, that's what that is. I've seen people do that shit.
Yeah.
It's so random. It's just goofy looking. That makes
it's
sense.
fucking cool though. Handy. Look, and just
Handy dandy.
instead of you moving camera, it just follows you around.
Yeah, you key it in and yeah. That's
You're never out of camera.
Doesn't matter what you're doing, yeah, it follows you around the room, whatever. Yeah. I've seen those. It is interesting because then it keeps people more.
I was like, I want one. It's like fucking $300 or $400. Worth it.
Well, especially if
like
you're
you
going to
can
be
get a 4K one or a 1080. I just want to get a 1080.
Yeah. I mean,
it's very neat for Twitch. Like, fuck.
It sounds beneficial. Like if you're going to be if you're moving a bit, and you want to kind of stay focused, then it keeps you.
Yeah. Because with my guitar as well, if I'm moving about with the guitar,
it keeps you in frame, so it looks like you're not moving. Basically, it keeps you kind of centered. Basically,
right?
So it keeps you. So that's a pretty cool idea. Anyway. What's up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another one-armed episode of the Beardy Bros podcast.
Yeah, because I dislocated this one yesterday. I can't lift it.
So you only got the one arm you can lift now. You can only lift one arm.
I can go to about there-ish, but
you can't go there. Can you get to there?
No.
We're doing that joke again. We did that last week. We did that last week. I wasn't even intended to go into it, but it ended up just happening. Actually, I will come back to like the whole thing from today, but when I was out today, there were people talking as I walked past, and they're like, "We're just doing the Roman salute." I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" But anyway,
the Roman salute. My God.
I'll come back to today's shenanigans to that later, because that's why, to me anyway, it is very late that we're doing this. To you guys, you'll get it as always, unless maybe it's the audio podcast. And I think I haven't uploaded it again. So
right? Yeah, for us it's 10:15, 11:15.
So I had been out the night and I had diagnostic issues, which I've now resolved by just swapping out the mouse, because the mouse I had decided to just give up on itself. I'm gonna have to look at getting a new mouse now. So stole a mouse for now, just to get me by until I go get myself.
Stole a mouse.
So yes, but yeah, no, just a tiddly bit thing I wanted to kind of bring up before I talk about today's shenanigans, because today was a big day. But this week has been because it was on the was it 29th was Chinese New Year?
I think
was the rollover for the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the snake. This cycle. Funny enough, next year will be the year of the horse, which is mine. Which I was like, oh, I only realized I was looking that up, because I was like, what is the thing? It's the snake. What year is the cycles? And then I was like, oh, the horse. Oh, that's mine. Fuck yeah. So, I don't know what I am. But it's a good prosperous, like the year of the snake is like a good fortune, like good like focus goals, like things like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like kind of good spirits, good, not like it's like wealth, but not in the sense of wealth, like good as in like goal wealth.
It's
like
it's natural
good,
like
your
growth good.
Yeah. Which I like the idea of that, because like some people get the misconstruction of like, oh, it's the year of the wealth, oh, I'm going to come in some, like, no, it's not that kind of wealth when they mean wealth. It means like good
that's
life.
The other one. What is it? The monkey or something? Is it
something like that? Yeah, and that's that kind of wealth. That's very specific, whatever, something like that. But because
it doesn't affect us here really.
No.
But it's just.
But most of the time in zodiacs and stuff like that, when they talk about wealth, it's meaning like wealth and is in good health and well-being, and like it's a translation thing, and people get the when they hear wealth and they're like, oh yeah, wealth. It's like that's
because when you think about like Japan, China, they don't think of that kind of like wealth as that.
Yeah, that wealth is like prosperity and good fortune and like life and a healthy life, and your goals are being met and you're going to feel fulfilled. Like that's the wealth.
I mean, they probably do think of wealth as that as well, but
it's mostly a bit different.
It's health and well-being.
Yeah. Because that's how they live. They live by that whole, way of the yin and yang. That whole feng shui way of life. So that's what the whole wealth is. So it's an interesting way of living. But That's why I'll get into the
Actually,
Chinese
we
New
do
Year
that
stuff.
here as well. Like,
Well, let's say it's very misrooted here. It's very misrooted. Like I said, when in the Western side, when people think of wealth, they think, oh, money, 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 and it's the misconstruction. That's not the wealth that it's talking about. And it's always funny how
no,
people get themselves caught up in those kind of
wealth,
zodiac
health.
signs. It's just good
That's
fortune.
what,
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
it's
good
just good
fortune.
luck, good luck kind of thing that you know in the sense of yeah. So so many wealths, good many fortunes to everyone, for this Chinese New Year. Um, it kind of ends
I
in the
can't make
sense
it one-handed like that.
um
Yeah.
kind of
But
ends when like this is already out, but still like started the last week's episode. It's weird.
no, it's the whole year really of
Yeah,
Year of
yeah,
the
yeah. But
Snake.
like the celebration goes for about a week. It goes depending.
Yeah,
Sometimes it goes to maybe about
yeah, because I've
February.
seen people talk about the 50, 80, 50, 90 launch, and they're like, oh, it's got to be like the next trip. It's going to be delayed because of
Chinese New Year.
the traditions and that. I was like, and
That's
just
funny.
let them fucking have their thing.
That's funny.
Like, god dang,
Um,
who
I
cares
was
about your fucking graphics card?
Yeah, I know. It's just trivial things. I know people are like, oh, we're getting.
Yeah, if people are pissed that it's going to be delayed by a week or two, I'm just like, yeah, but you know they're actually living their life, doing their
Yeah,
natural thing. You're waiting for a damn graphics card that's
like,
going to get scalped anyway. So
and that's the thing. Like culturally, like they don't think like that, and that's why, like, I'm gonna segue for a little bit here. Like when I joined onto like Red Note, for example, it was nice to see that cultural, like, actually seeing, like, people being people in the sense, like, there was none of that whole Americanized bull crap, like, where everyone's kind of the whole, in the sense of, oh, look at me, I'm doing stupid shit, blah, 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 you know, all that kind of bullshit. It's nice to just actually see people being people, like, culture, like, actually seeing like a
right,
substance, like, not just, like, how American culture, like, their culture is just, like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's all, literally all about, like, look at me, look at me, look at me kind of thing. Like, it's very,
guns, truck.
yeah, like,
Look at
it's
my
all,
truck. Look at my guns. Like,
everything's big, everything's got to be like
but
it's just so like loud
we're
and
the same here,
obnoxious.
kind of. Like we're in
A little bit,
between. Like
yeah.
we do a little bit of each. Like,
But no, it's just
but
nice to
not the
see.
extreme of either. So
So it is nice just being on that line of like where it wasn't so flooded. So it's kind of good. Hopefully that TikTok's back again, so people can just go back and I can just look at that every now and then and be like, that's nice. It's just harmless. But anyway,
yeah, but then when you look at TikTok, it's gonna be all the same as before.
it's just, I mean, it's just like, well, I mean, on TikTok I was only getting like Australian content, and it was kind of like some of it was pretty bland. I was like, this isn't really that entertaining. If I'm going to be on TikTok scrolling for stuff, like I don't want. Yeah. But
All right.
anyway, coming back to what I was going to talk about. Chinese New Year stuff. Basically, it was Thursday. It was a very interesting experience, and it kind of felt like perfect in tradition because we took the kids to school, so it was like kid-free day. And we're like, let's stuff it, let's go to the shops. And we went and got ourselves our massages, which we had from like Christmas. So we went and got ourselves a nice like Chinese massage because all massage places
Nice.
are run by Chinese. So it's kind of weirdly funny. It's just like, oh, Chinese New Year, let's go get a massage, and it was
It's weird how
actually
it's
pretty
run
good.
by Chinese and then the barbers as well.
Yeah,
But it's
but they're good
no, it's
though.
owned by it's owned by Chinese, I think, but it's
Yeah.
still run by managed by Aussies
Well,
and that.
that's like that the other thing too, like that with barbers. Slight segue again, but like that's like with barbershops. They're either Chinese or they're like the like
Bikies.
is like well, they're not really bikies, but there's a lot of them. The barbershops we have around here, they're like the like Arabic. They're like
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then they're really cool because they're like really good at doing fucking haircuts. It's
Well,
great, like beards.
when I
They're
was
good at,
Surface Paradise, I
like
think it was. Yeah, it was in Surface Paradise.
like
This
Lebanese or Arabic.
I went to a little barber shop, like was in like a mall area kind of thing, like a little barber shop. Walked in, this dude in a fucking leather jacket, big ass beard. I'm just like,
Well, that's what I mean. Like, they get
hey.
it though, but it's like it's either some like if you go down the coast area, it's usually is bikies. But most places nowadays, most of them are either Chinese joints or they're like a Lebanese, like Arabic kind of joints.
And they're the nicest people still.
Yeah, they're great, but they know how to get shit done, and like they're really good at their fucking haircuts. It's just
And
like
they're
fuck.
fucking quick at it.
Yeah, like it's
Just like
comfortable,
that
it's
barber dude,
relaxing.
like the dude is pretty sure he was a bikie because he had like the
Yeah,
leathers
the look.
on, he had the He just had the freaking beard, the bald head, the freaking
A typical
honeys. I
barber
was
look.
like, yeah. I was like, isn't it funny though? Like, it's like the ones who cut hair don't have hair.
Yeah, but they know because they've got to maintain all their style. But it's always
Like,
always easy to cut other people's hair than because you.
yeah, your own's hard because you can't see the side, the back.
But But anyway, yeah. So we started our day off. We went got our massage done because we had our vouchers for Christmas. We both got me and Al got our hour long massage. Fucking great. Like my back had been like playing up, and it actually has helped a fair bit with like my back's still having issues, but like it did help. Like she got into it, and the old Asian lady, she got into it, and it fucking like. She's like, let me know. And when she got one side when she's working on it, well, she got on one side and she's working on it, and it was tickling the fuck out of me because she's like trying to get in and knead it. It was like painful but then ticklish, and I'm laughing my fucking arms. So I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just it's hitting a spot, it's making me laugh, and she's laughing as well because she thought it was hilarious. And then it was fucking
because
great.
it wouldn't be the freaking first time, I don't think.
No, but she thought it was funny, so it was great. So yeah, it was but no, she got into it and actually helped like a lot. Like my back's still sore. Like I said, it's more. I'm guessing it's more of a muscle issue, so it's got to heal. I'm guessing like it's a muscle pull I've done, so it's got to heal itself.
When you get massage, that shit's been fucking worked. So.
So but it definitely helped a lot. Like I still have a few flare ups.
Some people say you get a massage, you're sore for the next 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. Well, that's it. But no, it definitely helped with that issue of my sore back, a lot. But like I said, it's still having a few flare-ups, but it's a lot reduced, a lot more than what it was. But anyway, had that. Yeah. Started our day off there, and we're like, stuff it. Do we want to stay at the shops here, or do we want to go to something else? So we end up going to like, the other shops, and we're like, oh, well, while we're here, because I like stuff it. We don't have the kids. Let's just have some time for the day. And we're like, well, they got a thing on at the arcade, like the time zone. It was like a Chinese New Year, and they had a special limited edition like mini Care Bear. So it was like a special Chinese New Year Care Bear. They had two of them. They had a red one with a heart on it, or it was like a yellow one which had like a star on it with hearts. It was like some kind of thing, but then they both had like snakes. So it was like the whole. So it was like themed for Chinese New Year. Like they're properly themed with the snakes and stuff. Like it's the proper Care Bears. That's like cool. Yeah. So I was like, I spent like $60, got an extra 30, so I had like $90 worth of credit. Got a Care Bear with it. And I'm like, fuck. I'm already kind of like that's a great deal, and played a few different games. A few I liked playing. They kind of tweaked a little bit because there's a few like ball slap ones where I could get them right, and then the timer would I'd be able to get the balls out within the timer. But I know they tweaked it because when it got to the point of the timer, I could not get all the balls out, and I was still doing the same play that I normally played. I'm like, they've tweaked that.
So they definitely figured something out.
Yeah, they've tweaked it. I'm like, you dirty motherfuckers, because I'd slap about 4 or 5 balls at a time. And I could get him in the bucket, and I was doing that, but it just couldn't get the timer down. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, they've changed that because it's not me.
Must be on different time to each thing, like.
Yeah, they've done something where there's cycles because I learnt where to time everything up. But anyway, I'm segueing on that. I'm getting distracted. But anyway, there was a few different planes, played different games, kind of all kind of mid. Like I don't know, arcades just don't feel the same as they used to.
Well, like, just think back in the day, like 80s, 90s, they were a whole fucking arcade.
But like arcades,
everything.
But like arcades,
you got the bikes to get on, the driving ones. You had the shooty ones. You had the.
Let's just gonna say because arcades back in the day were basically either actual arcade games, so you had your fighter machines.
Cinemas have arcades though. Like they're pretty fucking good too.
Pinball machines usually, and then you would have like the shooter blasters.
Yeah,
and you'd have a few claw machines, like the very generic stuff in the bike. Like they still kind of have those, but I've noticed a lot more nowadays is those coin ones. So like you can drop the coins and they kind of come through, and there's like the, being kaplunks down, and then you got tower of coins. You got things like that. They have a lot of those now, and they're more like gambling machines because you're playing a token. And that's the problem now. They're like because those kind of arcade machines, they're really big in Japan. And they're like the Japan version of poker. Yeah. So they're like their version of poker machines where they and they do that. They slot them down.
That's what Konami does mainly now. Is pachinko machines.
And that's what the arcade has a lot of. It's like a lot of those coin machines now, which is not a bad thing. They are fun to play, but it's just
because they're fucking addictive and you make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, and so it's one of those
people
things.
Just keep going
But there was But it was actually surprising when we were looking around. There's actually a new type of claw machine. So how it works
What do you
is
mean new type?
so it's a six playable claw machine because in the middle
Six.
it's a rotating disc and it rotates in a clockwise position and
What?
it's full of plush toys so they constantly rotate and the claw machine just moves forwards and back. So all you have to so it constantly rotates. So you move it for you take your turn, you move it forwards, and you just line up and hopefully wait for the thing to move as it rotates in. You drop
Oh,
it, so
as
try to
you
grab it.
the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
you want,
yeah.
you just try
So
and
you just wait for the time for it to pass through, and you
so
try and
there's
grab
no
it to pass
left,
through.
right, back,
Yeah,
forward. It's just up and down and just
yeah. So and it's kind of it was actually
it'd
weirdly
be way
fun.
harder because the things are moving. So I was like, oh
But
god.
the funny thing about this though is toys would push up a little bit, and as they rotate, they would sometimes tip into the hole, and you could get free toys.
Fuck.
I was
Until
like,
they fix that.
well, no, that's part of the machine. Like, it's actually just like they just leave it. It's part of the machine where they have like the bucket.
How?
It's just because there's like a ramp slot,
Like,
and if toys kind of push up because they fall a certain way,
just
they stack up, and because it's rotating, things get grabbed, so they get dragged, and you see them
yeah,
either
right.
slip back down or they get pushed up and they get pushed into the hole. So people will just
Because
go,
ones with bigger arms and that which stuck and then just pile up, like
oh, hmm.
they
And
get
they,
caught on something and then
yeah, and
just
then they
keep
and then they kick in
spinning.
because they get hit, and then they flip in, and it's fucking entertaining. And I was because I was talking to a
I want to see there's like circular. What is it? Circular
claw
claw
machine.
machine.
Yeah, I don't know exactly
I
the actual
reckon.
name for it, but it's actually very entertaining to watch. And there's a big so that this is the big story that revolves around it. But no, but we played that a few times. Kind of went away, played the Halo arcade fire team shooter, came back, had a few more turns, and I was like, I accumulated a couple of wins out of it. Um, because of like actually grabbing and like fluking. We got a couple of toys to fluke up into the hole. It was kind of entertaining to watch when you watch them move around. But like I said, we're talking to a bloke there, and he was saying, yeah, it actually quite common to happen. He said he saw it at they had the exact same claw machine, I think, at Surface. He said as well, and he said he would watch people hawk around it. They'd either play it because six users could play it. Sometimes people would watch and hawk it, and watch on the other side. Someone could be playing on one
Oh,
side.
it's a six-person thing, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So six people can play at a time because it's rotating. Because it's a rotating disc, so anyone could go for anything.
Right.
And he was saying he watched people watch it like they swarm it like a hawk, and they sometimes do it at their one. But basically, people would try and grab some. Sometimes they'll push around, and people would wait on the other side. So if the toy fell on the other side, people would hawk the toy and take it because it's free. It's if no one's there, it's free reign. And sometimes apparently people would like come in and check to see if any toys had fallen in over during the day.
Oh, does
or,
it circulate when no one's playing? Or
yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah.
just when you put
It just rotates constantly rotates. So at any point in time, if toys are moving around because of just general motion, things can move.
Yeah.
Things
You just
the
get one in there
toys.
occasionally, like
Well, that's what he was saying. Like toys can sometimes randomly just like through the day somehow end up flipping it either because someone's playing with it, or it's just left motion going, and they just somehow move. Like it's
Right.
and then they get caught, dragged, flipped, and then kicked in. And
definitely interesting.
we watched it actually happen because we left it for a bit. And we watched the toy kind of get dragged around, and then it flicked up in. And I was like, what? Like, but this is the kind of coming back to it. The whole what felt like good fortune, good karma, like the whole Chinese thing. New Year thing was we were playing it. We were kind of done, and I was like, I've got $30 left. I'm not going to spend it. I'll save it. And I was like, we're like, no, we're done. We're going to go. And I had looked at the machine as we were about to leave because there was another bloke on it. And I was watching him, and it was like, and he had the same thing. He kept trying to grab it. It kind of flicked up, and it was entertaining to watch. And I was like, oh man, it was getting so close. And he kept playing, and I was like, oh, and I was like, we're like watching him, and it was just great. And we're on the opposite side, and we were like, this is when we were about to leave. And he comes around to us, and he's basically leaving. He goes, here, do you want my card? Like, we've got to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, here. He's like, just take it, just take it. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, just keep playing. Like, and I was like, oh, okay. And I tapped it. There was another $30 on his card still of credits. I was like,
coincidence.
yeah. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll fucking use it then. I start, tapping it and then using that card off, and I kept mine. I was like, oh, well, I'll save mine for now. And I'm playing it. Won a couple of more plush toys out of it. And I was like, oh, yep. Got some more plush toys, and while we're playing, there was another lady come over, and she was looking at it and humming and hawing about playing it, and she was like trying to get a few toys, and we had a Goofy that kind of flipped up that I was trying to get, and it flipped up over the thing, and we grabbed it like, oh yeah, well, because she was like, I don't really care. She's like, yeah, go grab it, that's fine. and she was trying to get her plushie. And I was like, I was like, I've used this 30 up. I'll use mine. And I was like, oh, I'll just have a go, because she was very adamant trying to get this dog plushie. I don't know what's going on. I was talking to her, and then she was playing around. They were playing. And I went like I won a couple of other toys because I managed to grab them. And I was like, in between, like I don't always have to go for this. And she walked off. Like the lady that was playing, she walked off, and I had my last $2 to $3 on the card, and I tapped it, and I won the dog.
Oh, no.
I won the dog, and I'm like, I went up over to her, I'm like, here, you can have this. Do you want the dog? And she's like, oh no, no. I'm like, no, you can have it. Take it, like, because I saw her trying to get it. She tried a few times and she couldn't get it, and I was like, oh, I was given, I was given a $30 card. It's good fortune. Like, I'll pay that forward. I was like, fuck it, Like, the guy didn't have to give me the card. I got the card. I'm like, well, it's extra credit. Like, I had more fun playing it.
If you see someone trying to get something and you get it,
yeah. And the lady was, and she like walked up, and she was like, oh, and she was like, apparently I was saying, like, I was like, cause she's kind of like, oh, I was like, no, don't worry about it. You have the dog. It's fine. It's all good. Al was trying to say that she was like trying to give me her card again. They had like $20 on it. I'm like, no, I don't need it. Like, but I ended up finding out afterwards what she was trying. So Al actually told me after we left, and she goes, like, I was like, oh yeah, it's just funny. I saw her trying to grab it, and she didn't grab it. I thought I'll grab it before I give it to her. She goes, well, the reason she was trying to grab it is that apparently she said to like Al, she goes that the plush toy dog, actually reminded her of her own dog that had passed away.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god, like I had no idea. And I was like, oh, I was like, well, and I was like, it was meant to be then, because like, it was like a weird thing. And I'm just like, that's
crazy,
that's just trippy. Like, my last $3 on the card, I managed to get it, and then I was just like, because she tried a few times and she couldn't get it. And I was like, well, what? It's just a weird, like, the whole turn of events,
That's crazy.
Like, I was like, no, I'm done, but it's just how everything just worked out in circumstance ways of, like, events was just like, like, I could have not even gone there at all. Like, the decision to go there, be like, nah, fuck it, let's go. It was like the second last day, too, to get the Chinese New Year, like, build, like, the Care Bear. So I was like, fuck it, we'll grab, we'll go get that. Played the fact that I was like, no, I'm gonna leave. Like, I had $30 still on my card, basically. I was like, no, I'm not gonna spend. I'm gonna save that.
Yeah, but the fact you had the 30, then that dude was done. Like, you had
that's what I mean. Like, I had 30, and I could have stayed and kept playing, but I was like, no, I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna save $30 on there for next time when I come back. But then another bloke gave me 30. I spent both of them, so I technically spent 60 because I used what was left of mine, what was left of his. Like, I used his first, then mine, and that's what I'm saying. I used his and mine, and then with the last $3 of my card, managed to win the dog, and then gave it to the lady, who ended up being like, she was trying to win it for herself because it reminded her of her dog that passed away. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, all these turn of events, like, circumstances, like, played into on itself to be like,
you wouldn't even. You couldn't even fight there, could you? Like,
no, because I'm like, I don't want this. Like, I want to win this because I
you wouldn't do that anywhere.
Yeah, because I saw her playing, and I know something about it was like, no, I'll win this for her. Like, I will get this, and I will give it, And it passed over my head, and I was just like, and that feeling, I was like, I just want to get this so I can give it to her, because like she was really determined to get it. Like, I didn't know why, like I said, until afterwards. But it's just like, the whole thing was just like, what the fuck? Like,
and you know what the moral of that is? You never know what someone's fucking doing.
No, exactly. You don't know what someone's going through. But it made her day. Like, it clearly made her day. The dog of mine,
like, no one would have fucking known that if you didn't say it. Like,
and like I said, the guy left because his kid was getting cranky, and his miss was like, oh, we must just go. And clearly he wasn't going to come back most likely. Like, he could have saved it though. Like, he could have saved the $30, but no, he's like, here. I guess because he saw us having fun, it's like, here, have it, just use it, enjoy yourself. And I'm like, oh, he would have only been like a little bit older than me.
Just take it back and go back another day and just 30.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's you can with those, and I'm like, that's what I was like, oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, why is he giving me this? Like, he can use that whenever. Like, I was like, why would you? I was like, oh, okay. I was
coincidence. Like, how the fuck?
Like the dude did. Like, he didn't have to feel generosity to give me the card. Like, but he did. He felt generosity. He was like, here, have the card. Like, the whole event that something overcame him to like give him the card. Like, you know what I mean? To even do that, to like be like, oh, I'm going to give this bloke my card that has $30.
Or he's not going to go back again. Like,
yeah, well, that's it. But he's just like that's the thing. For even him to be there at that spur of the moment.
Probably doesn't even live around there. Probably just there for the.
That's what I mean. So even for him to be there at the spur of the moment himself with his family as well, like, it's all like a set
Right?
chain of events, and for him to be like, I will give this to
And
them.
you should have bought a lotto ticket after all that.
Oh, I know, but like, I didn't really care. I was like, I'm not a Lotto fan, but like, it was just like, it's just weird that just how circumstance events and people actually being like generous, like, and that's what I mean. It's like that's
Right?
what I was like. It's just like, and it's like not like I would like to be like
That,
I
that,
wouldn't, but
then
like
again, I was gonna say it cost $0 to be nice, but that dude it cost him $30 to be nice.
I know, like, because it like passed it forwards, like, but that's what I was like. Well, it's like if someone pays things forwards, like I'm the type that if someone reflects something like that to me, I will reflect it onto someone else.
Mm.
Like, I like to pay things forward, but like, it's hard because like I can't always just like pay things forward. Like it's because it is a struggle to
Yeah.
pay things forward. But if the opportunity does arise, and that was like a big thing, I was like, well, I was given $30. I will spend what's left of mine that
Right?
I was going to save, like, to try and win this dog and give it to this lady because she just something about it. Like again, like it must have been the same thing that he thought to go, oh, I'll give him the card. It was the same thing of
And the
me.
fact you even got the dog in the first place.
And that's what I mean. Like, and that's what I'm saying. It's all that same kind of thing. The fact of me going,
Because those
oh,
machines aren't designed to be won. Like, they're really not.
no. Well, this one was pretty good because we won like 7 plush toys out of it in total. I think it worked out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Because usually the claw is so loose, it goes,
six or
whoops,
seven.
didn't
Yeah,
pick it up. Like,
yeah. So, but no, but that's the thing though. It's just like it's just weird.
like
It's
you
just
can
the
tell
whole.
a good claw machine to a bad one because the bad ones, they're so, like, they sit there just dangling by himself.
Well,
like,
that's it. Like
why are they so loose?
this thing actually, you're very much likely to get a toy from this claw machine. If I'm going to play a claw machine, I would go back to that and play that one again because
That's the
you're
thing,
more
like,
enough likely to get.
people would spend more getting stuff than have a couple of attempts and
Like
leave.
if you can play to win, you're more likely to spend more trying to win more because you had already won something. Like if I
Yeah.
saw like the plot, like if I was playing like the
Because
plot,
most people go in like, oh, I've got $5. If I don't, I'll just leave. Like,
but like if I went in and played a pop, like say for example a pop, like the Funko Pop claw machines because it's like a square box, and if I spent like I played like maybe 3 turns, 4 turns, that's like $10. So if I spent $10 on 4 turns, and I didn't win anything, I'm like,
and just leave.
I'm not going to do any more. But if you
Yeah.
like spent $5, and you won something, you go, oh, maybe I might try again, because it's like that gambling thing, going, oh, I've won
Why is
something.
there a pop machine? You can just go and buy a pop.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean. Like, you can be the chance, which I've done that. I played like 1 turn one time, and I was just lucky enough to get a pop for my 1 turn. So I got a pop
That's
final
cheap.
for
Jesus.
$2.50. So like
Right.
it was just sheer luck.
Like, I mean, like, if you like, do not go over the price of a pop if you're playing
Yeah.
the pop one.
Yeah,
Just go
exactly.
buy a pop.
Exactly. So unless there's one that's specifically in there that you can't get, which they sometimes do that, they're cheeky buggers.
Same as the plushies. Like, usually you can buy the plushies Kmart, Target.
Well, the thing is though, those
Depends what's in it though.
those
like,
time
what's in the
zones
machine.
usually actually have those plushies because they're the ones because they're designed to stock them.
Yeah.
But like you can actually like buy the
Go
plushies
buy
from
it.
them. You can actually like redeem points for them or buy them. They actually do offer that. Like they do say that they can sometimes sell you unless it's a limited like they want them specifically for the claw machines. But
Yeah.
But that's also why I like that round one too, is because basically all the different plushies they have, they shove them in this one claw machine as it rotates. So they're all like a variety. Because when I was looking at it, the claw machine had like Disney, so it had like Goofy, like Daffy Duck, things like there was like Goofy and Daffy Duck. There was Mickey Mouse. Then there was like South Park, so it was like Cartman, Kenny, Stan. Then there was like a Baymax. Then there was like Littlest Pet Shop's cats, turtles, and there was My
That
Little
is a whole
Ponies. There was like the Wizard of Oz ones in there. There
Was there any Simpsons? Because there's always Simpsons characters in those claw machines.
possibly that was like the most obscurest plush toys in that. Like there was so many different odd
Like,
plush
most
toys.
things you see in the claw machines are either Simpsons or just animals.
Oh, it's dumplings. Very large dumplings.
Right.
But yeah, it's like a very, very weird mix of plush toys. Like it was a big mix, but yeah, no, it's just one of those things. But like I said, it's just one of those interesting things. And like I said, it was the same thing. Like the thought for me is like whatever gave that, like coming back to it just before we move on, but whatever gave that guy the instinct to be like, I'm going to give this guy the $30 card, was like the same instinct that whatever it was that came over me was like, I'm going to get this dog for this lady.
Dog.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
because I'm
right.
like, I didn't know, like I said, because I didn't know the circumstance. Like, if I knew the circumstance, I would have been more inclined to even try even harder. But like, I was just like,
Mm.
oh, she's going for it. I'll try and win the dog for her. Just
But
go do
also,
a nice gesture.
lucky you didn't, because you probably wouldn't have got it, because you would
Yeah,
have.
yeah. But it's just crazy on the
Mm.
last, like I said, the last thing got it, and I'm like, oh, here you
What
go.
you'd
And then
be thinking was, if I get it, I get it. I don't, I don't.
yeah, that's it. And then it's like, if I got it, I'll give it to her because it'll be
Yeah.
a nice gesture to just
Where
to be
if
like,
you went to get it, like, deliberately, you
yeah,
probably wouldn't have.
yeah. So
'Cause that's
it's
how
just
life fucking works, apparently.
it is. It's one of those things. But no, it's
It's
just
like
crazy.
you try and be nice, like you say it out loud to someone, it's like, yeah, it doesn't fucking happen.
Well, I was like, well, moving on, which will come back. Well, I'll move on from that now because I don't want to keep myself in that. But that's like today. Like it was crazy. Oh, actually, I'll leave talking about today a little bit later because it'll be a big thing. We'll do some other stuff that I'll talk about because today was a big day. It was like a really weird day, and I don't want to take that up on our little chit chat of other things. I don't know. I'll talk about other shit because like I don't know. That's what's been happening. What do you? Because you've been playing a bit. I want to talk. I want to know what you've been.
I end up playing a bit of fucking everything.
Because you've been streaming all over the place.
Did I tell you that I finished that binary domain?
No, you finished it.
Either last week, I think I finished.
That's pretty quick.
Play it. It's fucking amazing.
That's pretty quick because you're talking about last week, like
It's also
on
on
last.
Steam for like $3.
Because you're talking
Or
about on last
$10.
week's potty that you were playing it
Mm.
and whatever it was.
Well, I'm playing a lot of. Here's a quick summary, like
Hmm.
because I'm doing hour-long videos on them,
Hmm.
and so I've just been going through the 360, the PS3,
Yep.
eventually PS2,
Yep.
PS1, even we'll do PS1 and PS3,
Got the game. Yeah.
but go through all the OG Xbox
Hmm.
because I don't know, like, and also people on stream as well, just like, what is this? I'm like, blah blah blah, like it's fucking amazing. I'm
I know
like,
it's amazing,
yeah.
like how many games have technically gone on the radar for some people because it just was never
Like
there. Like,
I've started Vanquish finally after because I've started back in the day, but I'm
mm,
like, this is weird.
yeah,
So I just dropped it and moved on to something else. Now I'm playing it. I'm like halfway through it, I think. I started God of War Ascension.
yep.
Fucking Alpha Protocol. That game is fucking dog shit.
Doesn't hold up.
It handles so bad.
Doesn't hold up.
No. Captain America Super Soldier. I started that
Oh yeah,
again, about
yeah.
halfway through it.
Yep.
Singularity started that. Ninja
Oh,
Blade started that.
yep. That's the hard
Fracture,
part.
Legendary.
Yep.
Fist
Yeah.
of the North Star.
It's
That
hard.
game is
It's so hard trying to play
something.
multiple different games at once. Like that's why I'm like sticking to a game and just like pushing through
It
it
is
and then
because
move
you're
on.
trying to. Then you forget controls, different control
Mm.
schemes, different games,
That's
different
why
consoles.
that's why I want to
Even
stick to the one and get it finished out. Like that's like me doing my Spider-Man. So I just want to get get it done and then I'll move on to the next thing.
well,
Like
that's
I'll
what I did for Binary Domain. That's done. Like I just
because
sat through and that's all I did
because
for one day.
I've been streaming because I've been streaming Spider-Man 1 on YouTube
Right.
and I've done 8 streams. Like I've done 8 parts and I'm accumulating. I'm like 50 something 1% through the main story, 50 something percent through the main story, and I've accumulated like because I've been doing collectibles as well, of course. But there's like 12 hours I've already accumulated at the game
Right.
that I've streamed. I'm just like, fuck me. Like I've streamed like because it's 8 parts. Like the first part that I streamed was like half an hour that didn't end up getting uploaded, but every other stream after that has been like about an hour. But there's 2 streams.
Well, that's what I limit the videos to. It depends
Yeah.
on
Because I play for
what's
about an hour,
happening.
I get to a point and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving the
Mm.
stream there, and I've done non-commentary, like not talking, just playing. It's just gameplay.
Right. Yeah.
But like,
That's where I'll give my thoughts. Like it's not just because you see people upload like 4 games and it's just like there's nothing. It's
yeah,
just the game. But I'm giving live thoughts,
yeah.
fucking
Because I'm like, I
feedback.
just want the people to
Hey, the devs
watch.
might see it one day
Yeah,
and go,
because
oh,
like for me playing it, like I just want to watch people, like have people there for people to watch it, not just me yammer on over the
yeah,
Spider-Man. Because like there's a lot of dialogue that goes on in that game, and I don't want something to come and be like, how about and then just stop my sentence and then continue on
Yeah,
again,
right.
or then forget what I was talking about, like
Yeah, because
bullshit.
cutscenes and
Yeah, and I just don't want all that bullshit
not
because
just that, but when
Spider-Man's
you're swinging, he gets in the calls with
yeah.
various people.
And it's actually like some really good dialogue. Like it's a really good stuff. Like, and that's what I'm like. I don't want to interfere with that. Like I want it to, people can watch it and just enjoy it, absorb it, and like if they
Right.
want to. Like I know it's really old. Like it's Spider-Man 1, but
I
like,
kind of wish I recorded the first one, but that was before I even streamed or anything.
and it's interesting like how that game's set up. Like coming back from like, because I played like I said, played it ages ago, going through the other ones and coming back to it, and it's very interesting to see how many side quests there actually are. Like side objectives and
There's a
collectibles.
lot of side
Like,
story.
and even collectibles. Like, a lot of the missions you do initiates a collectible route, which they did do that in 2, but they, like,
Yeah.
eased back on it, like, a shit ton. Like, there's a
Yeah,
lot
because
they
the
cut
first
back
game
on.
you had Screwball, you had Taskmaster,
Yeah,
you
there's so
had
many things. You
various
go do a
other
mission
things.
for them, and then, like, and then it sets up, like, a side objectives, like, all these collectibles. And, like, each region can have up to, like, 12, 13 collectibles. And it's just like,
I'll
what the
be
fuck?
I'll give you a warning. Do you
Tough
think
one.
the first one's platinum is easy? It's not.
No, I know it's not because I remember going over it on the. But I'm like, I feel like it'd be a bit better now because I've
Like it's
played so
easy
much of
if
it.
you know how to do it, but
Yeah,
like because Screwball's challenges you have to get perfect on.
I did get those. I think originally on the original version, but that's why I'm like coming back to it now because it's the remastered version. It plays better.
It's a lot smoother and
Yeah,
yeah.
so it plays
Well, you get
better.
full 60 FPS. I mean,
Hmm,
was it 60 on base?
something like that.
No, 30, I think.
But the fact that I've played so much Spider-Man now and I've gotten way better at how to do it, like play a lot of the stuff. So coming back to the
Right.
first one does actually feel a lot easier, and learning all the tricks and tactics on how to get things done.
That's the
So
thing. Like, because I did it. That was the only one we played,
the
and I was
only, and that's why it's
like
good.
day one doing that. I was like, this is fucking
Mm,
difficult.
and technically I'm cheating it to do it. So what I'm doing is I'm playing it like I'm basically not exactly easy because I don't want it to be that easy. I want to be able to enjoy the game and not just like plow
Oh,
through it.
you're on easy, not the story mode, yeah.
But doing that so I can get like the
Because
challenges,
you
get
got
everything out of the
story
way.
mode,
Yeah,
easy, normal, hard, ultimate.
because because there's that one achievement for like ultimate. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it kind of like basically
You
easy.
do that with New Game Plus and just race
Yeah.
through it.
So what I'm doing is I'm going back to like doing it on easy, do everything on easy. So I collect all the base like trophies that I need, and then once I've done everything flushed out, go to
Because that
ultimate, come
ultimate's not
back.
part of the platinum.
No, but I want to get all of. I want to like get the platinum, but like
100%.
100% the whole fucking thing. So I want to do everything in the easiest way possible, and then just go back
Yeah.
over and do ultimate on like the story, and just do the story in ultimate, and then I get
No,
everything.
you've got to play it on ultimate difficulty.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll go to ultimate difficulty on the New Game Plus, and
Yeah.
then do the whole thing again. But it's just the story. I don't have to worry
Story
about
missions, yeah.
collecting
I think
crap
you have to
and
do some side stuff. I think
yeah.
that's
But
mandatory
like
in between main missions, but
yeah, but like basically I don't have to worry about collecting things again because I would have already collected them in my first playthrough.
and
So
you're already upgraded, so you can just smash through all the combat encounters.
yeah. So that's why I just want to do everything. Just get all that out the way, so that when I do New Game Plus in Ultimate, it's just doing the story, and that's all I do.
Crazy
To
how
get that.
short that Miles Platinum is compared to the other two.
All I gotta
Like that
do.
was done in, I think that in like 20 hours or less. Like
I've
done.
still well, yeah. See, for me, because I went through and I was like really collecting and got distracted and having fun. I think I've got like a fair chunk of hours in that, and I've got like a little bit I got to
Yeah.
do still to get my platinum. I think it's just playing. There's something. One thing I'm missing from to get the platinum. I don't know. Or did I platinum it already? I can't remember. No, platinum's 2. Yeah, no, platinum 2. It's just
There's a thing about two. Like two is so easy.
it's silly because like I've platinum 2, but it's not 100% because there's a you got to get there's a trophy for completing
Yeah,
on
the
New Game Plus. But it's like that's what I'm like I'll come back to that and play it again because I do want to play it again.
I'm going through that on easy just because you can.
But like I don't need
Just
it
'cause
because
I've
I've already got
smashed through it.
the platinum. So I was just like, oh, I'll go back to it once I've like done everything again.
Yeah.
So because I'm like, well, I don't want to play it and then play it again. Like I've already done the
Yeah,
story.
you want to try and after Spider-Man, then you
Yeah,
go back.
yeah. So I can like see the story so fresh together, but back to back on each other. So that's why
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to just do 2 back to back. It's just weird. It's just like watching fucking. It's like spending your day going, oh, I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings, part 1. Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring, and then being
And then
like,
go to the Hobbit.
no, but then watching that and then be like, oh, you know what? I've got another 3 hours to spend. Let's just watch the movie again. It's like I just watched it. Like You know, like why would I? You know, what's
Yeah, but
just
Spider-Man is not long. Like they're not long games.
no. But it's just like, but I'm saying that it's just
It's
like,
the
why would you?
collectibles, the challenges that
Yeah, but then
you
I
do
don't need I
through
don't need to a
in
new
the
a
in
new.
the
It's
side
just like I said, it's
missions.
just new game
Yeah.
plus. It's like I've already. It's not even needed. It's just doing for trivial reasons, like because I've
Well, it
already got
is
the.
to get the 100%.
Yeah, that's it. As I said, it's just trivial because I've got the platinum. So technically, I have 100%, but I haven't. But no, it's just silly
No,
because
you haven't.
it's just like
You have like 98% on the trophy list.
yeah,
It's like
even though I've got the platinum, it's just like I don't know why they did it like that. It's weird because I'm like it's not that hard to play the
because
game
it
again.
counts the DLC trophies.
Hmm. Huh?
Because it counts the DLC trophies.
That's what I'm saying. But with two though, like it's like it's still like 99%
Oh yeah,
because it's like I don't know why they just didn't make playing it on New Game Plus as part of the platinum trophy, so then it's a pure 100%.
because that came afterwards.
Yeah, which is I mean like it's
Because
just so
I
weird.
don't think New Game Plus was there day one.
No, so they added it in as an extra trophy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But but
Yeah, because there
no,
was a big update to it and added New Game Plus and some extra suits and
yeah,
stuff like that.
but no, it's just silly because just like I mean I get it, but like yeah, it's just I don't want to double back to back the game because I went from miles to two and like I don't need to play two twice in the one sitting. So
Right.
because just
But
like
then again, like, did you ever use fast travel in 2?
no,
Right? Like, it's there, but you don't need it.
no, it's
You
very
start
barely
swinging and flying
yeah,
everywhere. Like,
very minimal. Like it's very minimal use. They changed
I think
stuff
I
to it a
used it
bit.
with Miles Morales because he's not as free flowing as Peter was.
I got him pretty moving pretty well once if you use those flying like those air
Hmm.
vent like air
Yeah, but
cycle
like, I used the subway
wind
sometimes.
tunnels.
It depends how far it
Definitely,
was.
definitely in Miles though. Definitely in the Miles
Hmm.
game, I use the subways.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I meant. Like, because I didn't use it in the first or second.
no, first one. Well, the first one you have to for that trophy. You got to
Oh
use
yeah, you have to. Yeah,
you got to use subway 5 times as trivial trophies. So that's
right.
that's the only thing. There's a lot of trivial trophies that I've kind of gone through, ticked them off already, and now it's just like a lot of it's just missions and then just doing the challenges because you got to like complete all the bonuses and then do all the specific tasks for this one and then this. So, and that's what got me last time was those, but I'll get through them this time and do them all again because getting the DLC trophies was pretty easy. Um,
The DLC trophies.
because just
Yeah.
again, it's just playing the DLC. Like you just ticked them off
Right.
as you played it. Like a lot of trophies are pretty
No,
easy.
you've got to do things in the DLCs as.
Yeah, but
Oh,
there was like specific. I think there was like one or two, but like
I think
most of it.
Screwball's in the DLC somewhere.
But most of the DLC is just playing the missions, and they ticked off as you
Yeah,
completed the missions. Like it's very simple missions. So
yeah.
um,
But the DLC is so fucking good because you got
mm,
Black Cat and you got
you get to see the heist
oh
and all
the
that
other
stuff.
one, Kingpin, I
Like
think.
and there's a lot that they gave with the first game. Like that first game did a lot. Like I forgot how much it actually substanced. Like in the first game.
Yeah, you get the turf war. You get like the Kingpin. I
Like the
think it's
base
Kingpin.
game itself and the DLC, like there's so much going on. I was just like, holy shit, coming back to it, like it's like
That's why
fuck.
when they gave it for free, the remastered, it came with the DLC too.
Mm. So,
People got pissed off there. Like,
but that's part of the remaster. Like when you buy the remaster, the DLC is part of the remaster. Like that's the bundle. Like it's not just oh you're gonna get the game, you're gonna buy the DLC separate again. It's like no, that's what the whole point of that was. It was packaged as one because everything was redone
like
because
that.
mechanically was everything was done. So it's all part of the one package. So
It's
that's
lovely.
that's a nice segue to something that I want to talk about that's been repackaged. Because on like EA Origins mainly, but you can get on Steam and buy it through that. But they've re-released or re-released with a revamp of Sims 1 and 2 Legacy. So you can for it's about
What's the first one?
for it's about $60, and you can get Sims 1, Sims 2, and all their DLCs.
But 60 bucks.
Yeah, and it's all supported for like Windows 10 and Windows 11. Like it's properly like because if you have your old versions and crack those out, you've got to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole bullshit because of like how old one is, and then like two and their
First one,
optimization.
it's not even supported for Windows 10 or
Yeah,
11. I don't think.
and the
It's like Windows
optimization
7.
something like if that I think like
It could be fucking Vista or XP at this point.
And the optimization, like if you do get to work, is so bad. Like, but yeah, that only just come out. I was like, oh, I'm tempted to pick Sims up again. Like, one
Well,
and
The
two,
Sims 4 is free
yeah. They added
on
some.
everything.
They added, and then in the bundle, so if you buy the Legacy bundle thing, they have like 2 DLCs for Sims 4, like gift kits or something.
I just seen the Sims 3 collection, $255. That's
Yeah.
50% off.
Because there's like a shit ton. Do you know how many DLCs there are with Sims 3? There's so many fucking DLCs.
$500 on Steam to get everything.
There's
Yeah,
so
there's a shit ton.
there's so many, and there's like different stuff between like actual DLCs and then just cosmetic bundles. Like it is ridiculous.
$500 worth.
But yeah, have a look on there. Have a look Sims 1, Sims 2. It's not bad.
It's not on Steam though.
Yeah, it comes up on Steam. I had a look
Oh, is it?
on my app. Yeah, Sims 1. So, but then it's, of course, it'll make you buy it there. You got to launch through the launch.
So
of
it's just Sims 1.
Sims 1, yeah, it'll come up.
No,
What?
not on Steam.
Oh, it came up for me on my phone. I checked it earlier today.
The Sims. It says I put in The Sims. It's got 4 and 3. Hang on, what if I just go?
Did you just buy
games only.
Sims 1? Like actually Sims 1?
Oh yeah, the Sims Legacy Collection. Okay,
Yeah.
$30. Hey, that's not fucking bad.
So that's just for the. But it's funny because Sims 1 is 30, but that's if you just buy that, or Sims 2 by
Sims 2
itself.
is 50.
Yeah, so you're better off just paying 60 and get them together.
Yeah, you get both collections in one for 60. Yeah.
I'm like, that's
Instead
not
of
bad.
what's that, like 70?
80?
70.
Because 50 for
80,
1.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like. I took 10 off for some reason.
So you save
Yeah,
$20.
Sims 1. But they still. Hang on, Sims. What was busting out? 'Cause that's still the best Sims, I think.
That's a spin-off. That's a spin-off one. That was like a story-driven one.
That's still the best Sims in.
That was
my
on
eyes.
console.
Like, yeah, it's on PS2 and Xbox.
It was the Black Eyed Peas and like Katy Perry. I've got that one.
Fuck that! The old Sims has aged well, actually.
Well, they optimized it. They upscaled and they did a lot of fiction. Like,
Oh yeah, because it looks.
it's actually pretty
still,
good. Like, it's still kind of modeled, but like it's still
The characters still look weird.
yeah. But it looks better than if you'd had the original version because it only went to like
Yeah.
not even 1080. Like
The
1080.
UI is upscaled to 4K,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
The textures are higher res. Like, looks fucking nice,
Mm.
actually.
But I'm like, damn.
Put to my wish list.
So yeah, so I was like, oh, look at getting that at some point.
I'll get the collection for 60. Fuck yeah.
I'll go look at getting actually see what other sale items.
Because
are
Sims
on-
is
on
best
PlayStation.
played on a mouse.
Yeah, so I saw something I'll look at buying for. That's like the one thing I can simply play on my PC easily enough with whatever setup I have, because
Right.
keyboard mouse wherever you fucking put it. And most of the time it's just mouse. You can do everything with a mouse. Like I could I could lay in bed with a mouse and fucking play it. Like it's Sims. Like it's not that
Right?
hard.
Like, god dang.
You let them do half the things. Half the time I just set them all up and then I just sit there and watch them. I used to just sit there and watch
Also,
them. Do
to
their thing.
anyone out there, you don't have to play it, but just add Sims 4 to your library because in case they take it away or pay it.
No, it's going to be free to play. It's all cool. The DLCs are paid for now, so they want people to access as much as they can. Yeah. But there is a big sale on Sims 4 DLCs at the moment. A big sale, so.
Yeah, you can get it all for $62.
It's crazy. But Sims 3.
25th anniversary. Fuck me. You can buy all the Sims games for $60. Sims 1, 2, 4.
No, 4 has like 2 kits in it. They're like commemorative, like 25th anniversary, like DLCs basically for Sims 4. That's what the 2 kits are. Yeah.
Fair enough.
They're items that.
Also,
are like,
I want to just say right now that I just seen it again. Have you heard of the game Tomato Jones?
Tomato Jones.
Yeah, it's like Indiana Jones, but you're a tomato with a hat, and you go through.
No, maybe.
Yeah, that, and there's a second one.
I was gonna say, speaking of Indiana Jones, you see they put one of the old games up on the PlayStation Store.
And it's got trophies now. Like,
The old throwback.
already bought it. It's like $8 fucking.
Yeah, it's so cheap. And it looks actually pretty decent for its time too.
No.
Like, for what the
I mean,
snake
yeah,
are.
but the one before that looks way fucking better and
Yeah.
plays way better.
I
What
wasn't.
isn't there?
I was saying it played any better. I was just saying it looked like how they upscaled it. Like looks decent. Like
Hmm.
I don't know how it
Looks a lot
plays.
cleaner.
Yeah, like it's cool just
No,
how
I'm
it
just
looks.
saying overall that Star for Kings is trash compared to the one on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
What's it called?
A
I don't know what the
lot,
fuck it's
a lot
called.
of times like that.
Like, at least give us that one as well. Like, come on,
Mm.
don't just give us the sequel to that.
Um, what was it? Um, 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 uh,
You know,
everyone,
I haven't played Indiana Jones since I played that
everyone,
first time.
um, everyone, I love you.
Elon Musk.
Me, Elon Ma, love you. It cracks me up. Fucking. No, but yeah. So, I mean, the only thing I really picked up on the sale so far was like, say, um, fucking Fist of the North Star because you told me about it for like $6.
Six
It's just
dollars.
kind of funny that we were talking about that game so specifically, and then it popped up on the and you messaged me going, it's on the PlayStation Store for $6. I'm like, what are the fucking chances out of all games though? Like, to be something that we just randomly were talking about, like, oh, that looks good to get, and it just happens to be on the store out of all these items, and it's one that's on special. I was like, fucking hell, that's great. Like,
Crazy, isn't it? I was just sitting here and just like,
scrolling through.
no, because I already ordered it on disc, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, why there's a physical, a fucking digital? Let's
And it's like
$6.
uh,
Like, yeah.
so yeah,
So
so
I bought it, installed it, started
yeah.
playing it. I'm like, I should tell Des about this.
Yeah, so like, yeah, fuck yeah, because we were just talking about like, well, I'm fucking buying it for $6, and then I got
What?
a forklift simulator game for like $2 something. Been playing that, and I've been using my forklift skills, which
Hey, is that still on sale? Do you reckon? Forklifts.
yeah, it's like yeah, because part of the current sale, it's like
Trying to
$2
lift my
something.
arm.
Like
Simulator.
because
Dead.
normally like 22, I think it was, so it was like 90% off or something
Is it
like
a
that.
decent one? Like, is it?
It's not bad, yeah. It was actually like fairly okay. Because you have your different views. You can like you have like the weird like side view, like third person side view, and then you have like top down GTA view. But then you have first person mode, and you can actually look like you're driving. Like it's so cool.
Which
It's
one
like
is it? There's so many forklift sims. Oh, extreme.
it's like that cartoony little
Because you
mode.
got forklift sim for 25, forklift sim 2023 for 12, forklift 2024 for
Yeah, no,
23.
it's $2 something. Two 20.
229. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, like first
This
person,
must.
and
This already came out. Yeah, end of 2023. What the fuck?
it's not bad. And it's funny, like you don't really, but like they've really thought with how they've done it because the training mode, right? The tutorial mode you have in the game or the training courses you got to do
I'll grab it.
are legit. Like
Hmm.
the training mode, like whoever made this really thought this out because the training you do in the game to start off with like movement and picking items is the exact same training you go through in actually getting your license to be a forklift driver. Like your driving is in movement, like the movement training is literally moving around, avoiding obstacles, and driving backwards and forwards. Like how you actually learn. Like that's what I did when I learned to drive forklift. We had an obstacle, and I had to drive around the
Oh, you're
course.
doing it through
Yeah,
your
yeah.
game now. Like,
And then the second stage, after you learn how to drive and maneuver around, is pick up objects. This is exactly how I did it. I had to learn to drive and maneuver first, and then learn how to pick up and place objects. And when you come to that, it tells you to go, okay, we want you to take these objects and place them under the racking. So you grab one object, tells you to put it in the racking, and it's like, get the second object, put it on the second shelf of the racking. And then another one's like, take an object off the rack. I'm like, that's exactly the shit that I had to do to learn. Like, so whoever made this
I'm
literally
guessing they
followed
have
like the
experience with forklifts.
yeah, like it's literally like a proper like almost like an actual. It's like it's not like it actually is a simulator. Like it's a proper like you're learning, just not getting any qualifications from it. But like the training mode actually gives you challenges or teaches you actual like
You have
actual
to sign
skills.
into your PlayStation every time you use the fucking
Yeah,
app to
it
buy
does that
something.
now. It's annoying. I don't get it.
I mean, it's cool, but the passkey's handy.
Hmm.
You just whoop your finger on the thing and
Security. Just want to make sure no one's
I
actually.
mean, it's better to have it than not have it.
But no, it's pretty fun. Like I was like, when you're in first person, it's chaos. But like you do everything, you up raise, like fucking adjust the
Yeah,
times.
because it's easier in real life than a game first person because you can
Mm.
actually see depth
And
and
yeah,
beside you. Like
yeah.
you can't in the game.
But
There's no
like
depth.
using all my skills, like I was like remembering all my skills, like everything. Every time I drive, like and doing everything, it's like okay. And then when I'm driving it too, I pick up the object and I'm like I do everything. So I tilt it back, reverse it, to keep it low to the ground. Like it's a game. I can literally drive if I want to with the forks high the whole time. It's not against the law in the game, but in real life, like you got to
Yeah.
drive low.
Oh
So
fuck.
so everything
Put a hole in the wall.
so everything I do, like I drive up to it nicely, like have the tines leveled, raise up just a little bit, tilt it back, drive slowly, drive it in nicely, and then like tilt it back forwards, then drop it, then reverse it. Like I do it exactly like how I've been taught to drive a forklift, which is hilarious.
Right.
So I'm like I use and it's a good way to keep my skills like technically in my brain constantly refreshed to like do it sensibly. I got to a point where I was playing it.
That's why it's good playing like Gran Turismo because you're still
Yeah, keep
pretty
your
much
mind.
just like driving a car, like except you're not
Take the
literally
corner
driving it.
sensibly, yeah. But it still teaches to take the corner sensibly, remember where to brake, ease up corners, don't drive like a dickhead, like it teaches you.
Right.
It keeps that in your mind, your skills fresh in sense. But no, it was funny because I got to a point where I was trying to be delicate with it and it glitched.
Which reminded me, I gotta grab something and I'll be back in
Mm.
a second.
But well you can
Speaking
still hear
about
me.
cars.
I say you can hear me anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll keep talking, but you'll laugh about this. But like I was delicately trying to place it and it like somehow glitched and moved and I grabbed another object to like place on there. And as I'm trying to place it, the time started spazzing out because it's a game, impact glitching. And as I'm trying to place it, it started spazzing out and it wouldn't move properly and I couldn't get the thing out. So I just got mad and janked the tines up and flipped the fucking the object across the map. And then I'm like, fuck this shit! And I just started driving around with the forks up, smacking all the objects and knocking everything the way. I'm just getting mad and jabbing everything. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm over it. Fucking pissing me off with these glitches. Like, I'll just redo the level again afterwards, but it was just chaotic. I was like, you can play it sensibly, but it's, at the end of the day, it's a game. You don't have to like. It is nice to keep my mind refreshed on the skills. So I was like, oh, this is good. I'll play this one every now and then when I want to keep my mind like on track for my forklift skills and be sensible on how to remind myself. So like in between of like not driving a forklift, you don't want to lapse on responsibilities because it is very important with safety for using a forklift. I don't know. I don't know what there's missions to it. So like story mode. There's like a story mode. I don't know if they add people into it because that'd be a cool little thing to like give you actual self-awareness of like NPCs because that's realistically at the end of the day in real life. Like that's
Give
the
you
biggest
people
issue.
to avoid and
Yeah, because everything else is kind of basic, easy enough. But like when you've got like people, like that's more important at the end of the day when you're driving a forklift. Like you're gonna be more aware of people, and that's the more safetiest thing at the end of the day.
yeah, this is we talk about cars.
Mm.
I played a game recently, published by Activision. I don't know who made it, I can't remember. But that game is fucking amazing.
Yeah, Blur.
Blur. This is why I'm pissed.
Mm.
There was no sequel to this awesome fucking game. Like I was playing it, it plays nice.
Mm.
Like even for what year was this? Like 2011? 2010.
Something like that. There's a reason.
Fucking 15 years ago. And it still plays fucking fantastic. It's just like Mario Kart kind of thing, but with proper cars. Like you got your power ups, you can blow people up with bombs and shit. Like that's fantastic.
It's like Micro Machines.
Yeah, except with proper
Well,
cars, like
proper.
more realistic. Which is fantastic. I thought it was just a racing game, but no, it's literally like Mario Kart. Going
Bizarre
to circuit, like
creations.
picking up power ups. Yeah, bizarre creations. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
good
just
old
popped in
Bizarre
like
Creations.
Activision. Activision. Like, have they still got the IP to this? Like, come on.
They shut down in 2011, a year after they made that game.
Fuck me dead. Of course they did. Fucking hell.
Parent company, Activision, Xbox Game Studios.
What's that?
Yeah, Bizarre Creations.
Yeah.
Raising Hell
Yeah,
Studios.
but I'm guessing Activision have the IP. 15 years and we've heard nothing. if they did
Oh,
have
they
it,
used to work with
and
Sega. Didn't like the name, so they changed the name.
what?
Well, Bizarre Creations, because they were called Hell something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if because they got bad things behind
They
that
were
name.
acquired, but Sega doesn't like the use of the word Hell, so yeah. Bizarre Creation was acquired by Activision in 2007.
Yeah, and then got shut down to
But then the
2011.
studio is best known for their Project Gotham Racing series.
That was on Xbox,
Yeah, they did Project Gotham Racing.
which makes sense how that is so good because they had experience doing the PGR games,
Mm.
which are also still fucking like you can play a PGR game today and it runs like a modern game.
They did James Bond Bloodstone.
Ew. Okay. Yep. They had to fuck it up, didn't they?
But yeah, that was Activision. That was a subsidiary of Activision, one of those companies.
Yeah. But no, like Blair is a. God, I can't believe I found this like complete for like $20. That's a rare game. Like no one bought it.
I played
Apparently.
it on 360.
Right. Like Soga's not back compat though. That sucks.
Hmm.
But no, the game like $100. Like
Oh,
fuck. Like I jumped on that early.
jeez.
Or like 50 to 100, depends on the condition and stuff.
That's crazy.
I was like, and yeah, because I went through and tested like 15 PS3 games to see what I wanted to play on it.
Yeah.
Like do the series things on.
Yeah.
Hey, people want to fucking go back through all the PS3 and that. Like, I'll be the channel for it.
Well, there's a lot of people that do different things, but like there's a lot, like say, there's a lot of people that do that, but it's the games
Just the
that
game.
yeah, because everyone's doing that kind of thing, playing old games, but what one person's choosing is different to what another person chooses.
Yeah.
So like you could have like
I'm gonna do everything, like not just
like
specific.
no, but like you could have 100 people doing the exact same thing that you're doing, but maybe 2 people only bring up Blur. You know what I mean? Because again, the day, it's still preference to what they're buying and wanting to give a go. So like it's one of those things. So it doesn't hurt because you know, and even then, one person could play the game and hate it, and then there's another person playing it and they could be liking it, and the energy that comes through is too different. So it's giving those people more variety of like seeing games.
Because that is not a game for everyone. Like it's really not. Because it is a Mario Kart kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you got your going around a track with power ups, blowing people up, putting mines behind you. Like
it's a race. It's like it's a racer version of Vigilante 8. Actually, it's a track racer version because that was just in an arena. So you take that and put it into a race format. Boom, there you go.
And
Blur.
did you get any pickups this week, Des?
Not really, no.
Like any? I only got one.
It's all digital stuff. Digital stuff.
This game is fantastic. I played like maybe 20, 30 minutes of it. Fucking body count. That game.
Yeah, body count. Holy shit.
It plays badly.
Oh.
It's very sluggish.
Very sluggish.
Like it's got that, like just like how Black plays a little bit. Like cause it's a Black sequel. It's got that. They went for realism with the guns over everything else, and the environment's destructible. So like it plays at 30 or less FPS.
Yeah.
It's got that weight behind the movement. Like it feels like you're walking through molasses.
Yeah.
You try and aim, and it's very weird. And almost like it plays like shit, but it's a good game. Like it's got good ideas.
That's like a lot of games.
I mean, it is Codemasters. So
that's it.
and then I bought a bunch of digital as well.
Yeah. That's
because
mainly me.
I went through and got all the Yakuza games, like from 0 to 6.
Yeah.
$118. Not fucking bad.
It's bad for all those. That's a pair.
They're all on sale.
Like
13 a game kind of thing.
Okay. I'll have a look.
Also on Steam, they're a lot cheaper. You get the whole collection for like $60
That's not bad.
for the same things. So it's a little bit more inflated on the PlayStation, but I still bought that.
Get some of those crazy
then I
mods.
bought them physically.
So get some of those crazy mods on
I bought
PC.
more physical first and then got them online. Because I haven't played that since the PS2 days.
Mm.
I started 0.
Yep.
I am sad that there's no English dub for any of the Yakuza games on modern platforms. But it's not the end of the fucking world. It is best to play them in their natural language,
Mm.
like actual Japanese. But I think Like a Dragon is English, has English dub. All the modern, like the last 5 years or
Yeah,
so,
I think it's the
have
last
English
10.
dubs. Nah, 5. The last 5 years. Whenever Like a Dragon came out, like 2017, 2018,
I think
maybe.
there was one before that. I had English.
No, the original Yakuza on PS2 had an English dub, not the remake.
Mm.
One from 0, Kiwami, Komi 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 aren't in
Yep.
English.
Okay.
Yeah, 7, which is Like a Dragon, and that are in English.
Yep.
And I thought, I am not going to binge all of them games in one row because fuck, I'll be Yakuza'd out.
It's only if you get that itch from playing one of them, you go, oh, this is good. I'll go to the next one and see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like me with
Yeah, because
Spider-Man. Like
they
I got
are
this.
big. Like, them games are massive.
Mm.
There's a lot of, like, so I want to try and platinum all of them. So it's like,
Well, they're like
that'll be a long time.
those games are kind of like a semi-life sim games because
Yeah.
there's so many things you can do in the environment with a lot of those games because you can do stuff where a mission is like a side mission is just to go grocery shopping or like go to an arcade and
Well,
like
in
there's
Kiwami or Kiwami 2, there was a mission where you had to help a dog.
because
Like a
Shenmue
dog
was the
that's
same
just,
thing because Shenmue was like that as well
yeah.
and those games are just
Same
crazy.
devs, right?
I'm
No?
not sure, but like because I know with like one of the later like Yakuza
I remember
games,
Shenmue, I was just lifting bricks and just
yeah,
carting them for like 10 minutes or something.
yeah,
Like,
because
boring as shit.
one of the missions I remember seeing, which the biggest meme was for one of the, I think it was the last Yakuza, might have been like a dragon or something, was there's like the surfing contest. Like it's just a trivial surfing
Yeah, that's
contest.
Like a Dragon.
Yeah, it's just like randomly go into a surf and you just surf and you go do them like it's just so random shit, like just random filler stuff. But because it's part of the whole story, like it's random
I
story
would say
stuff.
it's filler. It all serves a purpose. Like for
Yeah,
Yakuza, it serves a
it's
purpose.
a story narrative to show like the character, things like that. It's all development stuff, but like
Yeah, and
things you don't have to do and things you can do. Like there's so much stuff that goes on.
because I just started Yakuza 0, in the first 30 minutes, they had karaoke. I was like, I
Yeah,
knew it. Because they're like, oh, do you want to go to the bar? I'm like, karaoke. Then you got to press the buttons in sequence, fucking doing the songs. I'm
yeah.
like, I remember this. The karaoke is just so fucking good in them.
Mm.
All their mini games serve a purpose. Like, they're not just
Yeah,
like, it's also nice that their maps aren't fully open world, like a
they
massive
they
world. It's
basically
just
do that.
a
They have all
city.
that kind of stuff because it's better than watching like a cutscene of something or like having
Yeah.
boring narrative stuff. Like they do things to keep you going, but like it's all interactive basically. Where most games just kind of like have a cutscene that seems extra long, or at least extra filler cutscenes to push the story
Don't
along,
get
and
me
then you play
wrong,
other stuff. But like,
Yakuza's full of long cutscenes, but you instead of watching all of it, you
yeah,
get some interactivity
they
between
make
certain
everything you're
things.
doing feel included. That you're playing,
And
not so serious.
but those will be coming out eventually because they're going to take a long time to. It's just nice with their combat how they remade the older games for modern
Mm,
platforms. And Fist of the North Star is part of that.
mm,
They've intertwined that with Yakuza. It's weird.
it's funny.
Like it plays the exact same as Yakuza.
Yeah, because of the engine.
The same stories, the same side missions are the same. Like you
Yeah,
can
because
do random shit.
all on the same engine. That's why.
The
That's the
HUD's
engine.
the same. The health bar's the same.
Mm,
The XP bar's the same. Everything.
yeah.
The the button layout's the same.
Yeah, well, it's all that's it. It's all used on the same engine. It makes sense. Like it's on
Yeah,
that
right.
engine. Like
Yeah, but they could have changed stuff. But um, even the fighting the same.
mm,
It just
just a
because
reskin.
I played Fist of the North Star, I was like, this feels pretty good. And then I went to Yakuza, I was like, it's all the same. Because even the boxes that show like what you show you how to do things, the exact same.
Mm,
The tutorials are the exact same.
just a reskin. Yeah, to look like this is North Star.
I'm like, fuck. No, the Fist of the North Star looks like Yakuza.
That's what I'm saying. It's just been reskinned to look like.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just you would definitely notice that it's made by RGG
Yeah.
Studios if you didn't know.
Mm.
But no, that Fist is a pretty good fucking game. Pretty stupid at the same time. Like it's so dumb.
Oh, that's it. It is. It's goofy.
Like I have to watch the anime because I was playing it and someone in chat actually liked the anime. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, someone knows of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. There's a lot of people. Like, it's actually very quite common. Like, it's a random obscure one, but people do know it. Like, it's so random. Like, people wouldn't even know that. Just know it. Like, it's just one of those things that just, it's
Probably
people
seen
know
it back in the day and yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Most people know the what's the
the voice acting is pretty fucking good, and it's also in English, which is nice.
You're already dead.
You're already dead. I've done that so many times
But
because he says it every fucking time you do a finish on somebody.
but a nice
Like
segue.
that's
Another nice segue talking about that is which I mentioned to you as well. Which is Simu Liu wanting to look at doing a Sleeping Dogs movie or series.
yeah.
Which I mean that I can see that. I can see him playing the main guy.
When you said that, when you sent me the thing, I was like, I remember seeing that, and then I was like, Stranglehold,
Yeah.
because I just played that on PC. That game is fucking whack,
Yeah.
but it's cool. But yeah, Sleeping Dogs, like I haven't played that yet. I kind of wanna.
Oh, that Sleeping Dogs is so good.
That was continuation of
True Crime.
True Crime, yeah.
It's a spin-off, yeah,
No.
because it is, yeah.
True Crime, yeah,
True Crime, Streets of Bel Air.
yeah, the Activision thing, yeah.
Because that whole weird convert thing, and then they couldn't get the rights, and then so then it's doing like
But it's True Crime 3.
Yeah, it's a spiritual successor because it's built the same way.
Like a Body Counts One to Black kind of
Yeah,
made in the same vein.
yeah, exactly. Studios can't do the right thing. The same as like
But they
saying
couldn't
like
call it that.
it's like same as like Callisto Protocol as being like to Dead Space. It's a spiritual successor. Like
Yeah.
it's made by the people that
Well,
did
not
it.
just that, but that recent game that came out, that roguelike Callisto, Redacted, that's in the same, literally in the same universe.
Yeah,
Because you're playing on Callisto as well.
yeah. So that's
Different
that's like
name.
weird, like that. But that's in the universe. Like how Callisto though was like a kind of like Dead Space, but it's because made by the same team, and then they kind of that was a continuation story, but it's can't be connected because it's different IPs and all that weird
Yeah, it's
shit.
not a continuation, it's set.
Yeah,
Remember, it was in the PUBG universe originally.
it's like that's what I'm saying. It's this whole weird thing where because that's it, because they wanted it to be like.
And they took the PUBG part out of it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like they wanted to do Dead Space like a continuation, but they couldn't continue because EA owned Dead Space, and then they weren't no longer the studio working with that.
I mean, they could have
And
partnered with them and got the license, but
Oh, EA is difficult to work with, so
yeah.
they just don't. They're very particular with what they want to have release.
If you're not making a money maker, you're fucked.
Mm.
If
So-
you're not making Battlefield or
Battlefield. Because
Battlefield and
that's what I mean. Because
Star Wars,
Dead Space was a big
you're not gonna
money
get a
maker
job
for it.
there.
Like Dead Space was a big franchise IP. And that's why.
it didn't sell well though. Like it really fucking didn't.
And then that's they had the
Hence why
Callisto, and then like I said, the
they-
whole
they went
PUBG
to-
thing, which they was trying to tie in with that, but then that didn't work because again that fell
It's
through.
because the publisher was
Mm.
Tencent, I think, wasn't it?
Something
Originally,
weird.
and then it
But
went to Crafton. Or was
but
Crafton
yeah.
the one who?
So again, it basically the Callisto basically went through the same thing it did with the whole Dead Space thing. It went through with the whole PUBG thing because like, oh, we do this, that's going to be our, it's like no, like, oh,
We're kind of happy it didn't go the PUBG
Yeah.
route because it went so weird going from PUBG to space.
the thing, yeah, that's part of the whole thing. Weird, like,
And lucky it's not connected to the Dead Space because that's its own fucking thing still. It's just
I do get it with like the
Just-
monsters. That's the funny part because the monsters are very close to Dead Space.
oh hell no, they're not. No,
But- It's like,
you don't even have. You can't even take their limbs off, or I think.
oh
correctly.
no, but that's getting technical with other shit. That's
But no, these things are like zombie dudes in Callisto. they're
it's
regular people just transformed. Well,
yeah,
same as
Dead Space.
the necromorphs.
That's what I'm saying. Like they technically did things differently because of copy reasons. Like even though they made the game, they don't because the IP
Yeah.
reasons of things. So they had to change things. So things they couldn't have the
To be
laser
honest,
cutter.
EA should just give Striking Distance the Dead Space IP. Just
Like
sell it.
it's because the studio that made Dead Space no longer existed, and then the the CEO of that or whatever it was, the creator of that, left to create a new studio, and it's the whole.
Yeah, I know, fucking visceral.
It's
I
the
didn't
whole.
realize that the Dead Space team made Dante's Inferno.
Mm, that's a
Completely
good
different
game.
games.
That's a good game.
And I prefer Dante's Inferno over Dead Space.
Well, Dante Inferno has a very Devil May Cry feel to it,
Mm.
which was cool.
I
Like I like
mean,
that.
we did the Dead Space
And like
3.
and like a bit of like God of War style because that kind of gameplay style of
Yeah.
what those games were like, and Devil
The
May
hack and
Cry, God
slash.
of War, like they're puzzly, like they're hack and slash, but there's puzzly. Like I like
Yeah.
that. Like they were cool, that genre of game.
Where
But
like Dead Space, you've got to be in the right mood to play them.
that's like that literally is a horror shooter. So
Yeah, but also like because I've got the remake, haven't played it yet.
mm,
Had it for 2 years at this point. 2 years? A year?
something like
I
that.
don't know. But we're not getting the second one remade because this remake didn't sell well. So
Mm.
just sell the fucking IP off.
They
Let
just
someone else
very,
do it.
but they won't. They like to hold on to things. They like to own things just to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, then we get a shitty game because they got to renew the license, and they're like, "Oh, we got to pump something out. It's gonna be fucking trash."
This is hopefully they let it lapse.
That's how we get shitty games. Like when they're going to keep the license, fuck, we have to make something last
They'll bring
minute,
out like a random Dead Space platformer or some fucking random obscure game.
right?
That's basically
When
why
they could have got the same team to remake the second
Well,
one.
that's basically why they did Dead Space remake. That was the only reason why they did that, was for the IP push. So it might get to the point where we go, oh, we're not going to do that, but then it gets to that point where they need the IP, and then they go, oh, here's Dead Space 2. Like,
Yeah, in another 10 years.
yeah, like it's just stupid.
When we could have got the second one pretty quickly because they already had the shit made for.
That's the only reason they did that.
Dead Space 1 is in 2. It's because you can go back to the Ishimura.
Mm.
So they got that part already. Just got to go around that with other things.
Mm.
But nah, it does suck how like Dead Space never started well initially.
Yeah, it's
What were they thinking?
It's a very niche specific. Even though like it was popular, it was still
Not everyone
niche.
plays a horror shooter.
It's just yeah.
Like, I want to see like Dead Space. I know the second one sold even less than the first one. I think
Possibly yeah.
sales. Let's just total. I think it still made a profit of $74 million, which hey, not a fucking bad thing. Okay, so Dead Space 2008, they debuted to slow sales, but eventually sold over 1 million copies worldwide. Eventually over 1 million.
Yeah, that.
What were they expecting for the remake? People game more back then. People were into more. Like Dead Space was a new thing.
But basically, it's those who've already played it have played it, trying to get people to come back.
Would have bought it.
Yeah, those that want to can't maybe play it.
Like I bought it because I want to do it at some point.
Like,
like a 60 FPS, like
that's all it is. Like, but like that's all it is though. Like realistically, it's still the exact same game. Like there's nothing really fancier to it, except for some slap on some polish. They're like, here's some polish. Let's charge $70 for it, and off it goes.
Okay, so the Dead Space remake sold at least 2 million. Way quicker than the first release did, and they're still like, no sequel.
Yeah, because like I said, it's just
specifically... if you sold 2 million at whatever price that was, you could.
But like I said, it was specifically just done to be a placeholder to keep the IP. That's all it was for. They didn't care. They didn't care about anything else except for keeping the rights.
If I was the dev now, I'd say no if they asked you to do the second one. On principle, it's like no, we could have done it. but you said no, so nope.
Hmm.
Like, I don't fucking get it. EA is just, they're kind of like Ubisoft. Yeah, like EA and Activision used to be so good. Look at shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
They used to push out unique things. Dead Space, there was nothing else like that for EA.
Yep.
Nothing. You
That's
got the
it.
3 games, third one's questionable. And then wonder why the thing died, because the third one was iffy.
Mm.
They took out all the horror elements, really.
Well, that's basically it. Exactly. So
Well, they didn't take out all the horror because you still had the unkillable things.
it was
but...
like it was like the fear treatment, basically.
Yeah, but all the them 3 fears are still good.
Yeah, but like
The
that's
third one's still good for what it
but
is.
that's saying it went from a horror to then just becoming an FPS shooter. Like it.
Then again, that third fear wasn't made by Monolith, who did the first
No.
2.
But it can change completely onto the whole.
And I didn't realize that Monolith hasn't made many games.
No.
Like, they're under EA. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I started playing, I was looking at the Condemned series
Mm-hmm.
made by Monolith. It's literally a
Mm.
successor to Fear, in
Yeah.
a sense.
But look at that.
It's got the same feel, the same atmosphere,
Look at that.
but it's just not called Fear.
That's the same. They're saying that's what they've basically done with bloody Sims. They've re-released re-released 1 and 2 because IP. Because it's been 25 years. They haven't done anything with Sims 4. Like nothing's been happening. So they've gone, oh, let's just re-release 1 and 2.
I don't think it's the IP issue, because they have released recent Sims 4 things.
But like it's
Just because the 25th anniversary, they have to do something for that, which they did the first 2 games, which is nice because people love them games.
So no, it's just really interesting to see this how they EA do stuff, because they're very select with how they.
Just give it Dead Space 2 and get someone else, striking distance, to make Dead Space 3 the proper 3 to go with this fucking trilogy. Like, Callisto Protocol again, it was a hater guess, but I fucking enjoyed it.
A lot of people did though.
Yeah, but people who are not playing it said it was trash.
That's like every game that they don't play.
Like, yes, the combat was
Well, that's the same with everything.
because of melee.
That's the same as like a lot of people that I've seen lately just commenting on things again. It's the same thing. It's like I watch like that new Spider-Man series that came out. I've given it a go, I've watched it, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
And there's so many people again, as always, doing the same thing, going, I've looked at it, it looks like shit, I'm not watching it. So it's bad. It's like, but you haven't watched it to give it a go, but you're throwing it off already before even watching an episode to then leave a judgment on it. You're just going, I looked at it, don't like the style, it's bad, it's horse shit, it's garbage. And then you go around going, it's trash, don't watch it, it's the worst show ever. It's just like, but did you watch it? No. Then how do you know it's bad? How do you know it's garbage? How do you know it's horse shit? Like, you critique, like, it's the same thing they do it with games.
I did the same thing
movies.
last night.
Like,
you know how I said, like, Vampire Survivors was trash, I'm not playing after the first 1 or 2 times I tried it on Game Pass.
yeah.
I bought it, now I can't stop fucking playing it.
But, like, I mean, you did give it a go at the time, and see, at the time, it wasn't what you were feeling. But then you come back to it, and it's...
Yeah, because
you feel it.
I got downloaded, I'm like, yeah, this can't be too bad. Ew. No.
Yeah, it gets like that sometimes.
But now just like six
But like,
bucks.
but like at the time
I have
though,
$6 in my freaking wallet.
yeah. But like at the time though, you gave it a go and you didn't like it. Like that's a fair call though. You gave it a try. But when people just look at something, it's literally just judging a book by its cover, going, "Oh, that's shit." And it's like people see all these things like, "Oh, there's a female Kurt Connors," like you know, like it's now Like, I don't know what the name is. They just call it Connors. I can't remember what they said their first name was. But like they go, "Oh, there's a female Connors." Oh, this is shit. It's like you're just seeing stills without seeing what the character's like, personality, like how things make sense. Like there's reasons to what's going on, like with everything. Like that's just an example, but that's more recent. But like, if you gave it a go, then I can understand. Or if there was actual proper like narrative backlash, like because like there's like the Scooby Doo series that they did, that reboot with the what's the name? The Velma. It was like the Velma series or whatever it was. Like the shit thing. But like people watched that, said it was shit, and then other people got on the bandwagon and said it was shit because
that was one that was shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, people actually saw it, said it was
Yeah.
shit, and then people followed suit and avoided it. But like with Spider-Man, straight out the gate, people are just straight up avoiding it and just calling it shit. It's just like you haven't even watched the first episode to give it a fair go. Like, just watch the first episode. If you don't get through it, then then to you it is shit. Like, then it's a fair call if you say it's shit. But when you go, no, I'm not watching it. I did watch it, but it's shit though. Like, it just blows my mind. It's just like, okay,
Right?
so like you didn't try this ice cream, and you can say it's shit and tastes like garbage, but you hadn't eaten it. Like, eat the ice cream, then tell me it tastes like shit. Like, it just gets me every time when people say things are garbage and shit. It's just like, how do you know if it's shit? Do you know what shit tastes like? No, then how do you know? Like, fuck. It just blows my mind.
Also, people need to realize everything's subjective.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's shit for someone else.
Hmm.
That's why I try and tell people, like, I didn't like Vampire Survivors. Doesn't say it's bad.
No, just at the time you didn't like it, you weren't enjoying it, but then that's why you hated it. But then you've come back to it and you're like, oh,
Like
actually,
6 or so months later, and come back and it's pretty fucking fun.
exactly, it's like that sometimes.
That happens.
But a game that you won't be able to come
Like-
back to and play, I can tell you that now. There's a
Yeah.
game. You know which game I'm talking about? That's not coming
I mean,
back.
you can, but offline only.
That's if you keep it installed on your console as well,
No, it's in your library. You can still download it.
because it's being delisted.
Yeah, but it's in your library. You still have it.
Yeah. So fucking multiverses.
I might have to grab it just in my library.
I've re-added to my library just to install. Be safe, but I mean it is
But
true.
you get till the end of May, so
But I mean they did kind of I think try to fill it with bots to make people concurrently play, feel good.
it is funny how they like it's coming back 1.0, like fully out, and then it's like it's going away.
I know, and that's what gets me. Like I've read so many posts, and people are like, "Well, when a game gets removed twice, it's a bit suspicious." It's like, no, the beta came out. They just put seasons 1 and 2 for the beta. The beta period ended. It went away so they could work on the game. Came back a year later, like properly released it, and then they re-released season 2. Like, it got the players at first. It had apparently like a fair chunk of. They had like 1 million players at launch, but
Yeah, but
that dropped quickly.
it hasn't got the same. Let's say.
But this is
Nintendo
the
did
funny
a Smash
part.
Bros version.
Yeah. Well, they did.
That'd be way more popular, like a free Smash Bros.
Yeah. But like,
That'd be way better
first
than what
IP one.
fucking.
But like,
they
it's
made.
funny though because statistically they said like when I was reading one of the articles, because it had like when it came back, it had the million players, then it kind of dropped drastically to about like 100,000. Like it was like a couple of 100,000, and then as of the just before the announcement, it went from like 100,000 concurrent players to just before the announcement, it was like 625 players. It's like I feel like
That's low.
even the players knew, I guess, before it even was announced that it was, But like that's like me, like I paid for the first season, like that or it wasn't the first season, it was like season 3 or something that I was playing again, and I was like, oh yeah, I played a bit of it, but didn't really complete it,
Mhm.
and then unlocked a few other things. But like, it's one of those things like you gotta. And I was like playing it and smashing, like I was smashing it constantly, but it wasn't fun because I was smashing it. Like I kept winning all the time. Like this is kind of fun that I'm winning, but it's also boring. Like I like the challenge. I don't
You
want to be
need
winning.
competition, like
Yeah, because I just kept smashing through it. I'm like, clearly these are bots, and they're shit bots, and yeah,
that sucks.
like you're playing all the stuff, yeah, milking it to level up or whatever.
Right? Like,
It's
fuck.
whack, but yeah, that's going.
That's why I stopped playing Marvel Rivals because
Oh, Rob's good.
yeah, but I'm either winning a lot or I'm getting shit on. It's like there's no in between.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're getting shit on. Then you get chucked in the bot lobbies. You win against all the bot lobbies. They're like, oh, here's real players again, and then you get
Right,
shit
like-
on. Like it's just yeah.
No, it's not that because like it's not that kind of intense. But like you get on a fucking massive win streak and then you get ones who you can't hit.
Yeah.
Like they just come out for full DPS and just you can't do shit against it.
Mm.
And then you get it the next game as well. It's like, how the fuck is it the same people? Like the same fucking strategy? And then you
Yeah.
got rounds on your team and they don't fucking help.
No, because sometimes you might end up with a bot. That's why. It's a shit bot. Like real shit.
They'll fix it eventually.
So That's not bad. I mean,
I haven't played that in
uh,
weeks.
yeah, I know. Like I've been playing because I got the battle pass, and it's a bit of a thing. I did the events, complete all the event stuff because that's done. So I was able to get all those pages for the comic book.
But one that you said, the 2v2s back in Call of Duty, I'm like, whoa.
Yes, that's fucking sweaty though.
I know it's good. I remember playing that with Subby. Fuck, we smashed on there.
I don't. I don't
My
agree with
God.
that.
Oh no, he wouldn't now. I mean, he probably fucking
Well,
would.
I mean,
but,
we smashed for a bit there, but like it was fucking
right?
sweaty when I jumped on the other day and played it. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
But also, I wasn't there to.
Like these.
I don't know what
Yeah.
is that. I fucking love playing that mode. Like it was so.
Oh, it's so good.
It's more of the because it's like how search is. Like it's intense.
Hmm.
It's you're more aware. Like you look at everything. Like you're fully aware.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear something, you're looking over there. Like what the fuck are they? Like,
That's it.
and then you get pinged from behind a tree because he's sitting right at the fucking back of the sniper.
Oh, it's just
It's like.
it's a bit cooked.
But I will definitely check that out at some point.
Mm.
Hope they keep it not just for this season. Like if they get rid of it,
No, it's a new addition. Like it's the new game mode. Like it's added in. It just released with this season because just like here's new content. You know they do
it
that.
should be
Like,
there from launch. It's a game mode that should be there on launch.
yeah, I guess they had to like work out what they were going to do with it because it's got a bunch of maps. They're completely new maps. Like they're not.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller.
Mm. So
Kind of like how you got them blitz maps, but
they added a lot this season.
more open than them.
There's a lot that was added.
Yeah, 'cause I remember that. Yeah, it was fucking 20 gigs. I'm like fuck.
Yeah, like but even then, like there's a lot they added though. Like because there's multiple maps with multiple modes and like there's a lot of shit. So like there's a lot.
And yet they still can't fix the fucking hackers. But they did make it you can play without PC on consoles for crossplay.
Yeah.
So if you're on a console and you don't want to have hackers, you just turn the PC
That's
players
where
off.
basically the problem is. Yeah, they're trying to find ways to work around to try and figure out how to like detect it. I guess because it gets confusing with crossplay.
Yeah.
Even though like who's on what systems, but when you like plug in a controller into a PC,
You can isolate it.
Yeah, because like say when you start plugging PC
Yeah.
like controllers and and things and keyboards and mouses into consoles and all these things because they have support, it starts confusing it and starts going mix match where you input into. Because
That's right. They isolate it. They can narrow it down and see what.
Because that's the one thing they don't.
happening.
That's like Marvel Rivals. I think that's one thing they don't like at Marvel Rivals, is like that kind of
crossplay.
thing, and like people have been getting banned because of that kind of stuff. Like it's mismatching
Yeah.
like systems because like people trying to use keyboard and mouse on a console, and it's like it's always
Yeah,
weird.
but it
shit going
should be legal. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, because it's not it's the detection system. So it's just like trying to cut them off.
Because it's
not...
fucking automated. Nothing like that should be shouldn't be automated.
Because games are just having this thing where you got console players then entering into like confused.
Because you
PC
can have a
models.
console, but you should putting in a keyboard and mouse shouldn't be an issue.
It just changes you from being a console player to a PC player.
No, because you still got the lower frame rate, you still got the lower everything. You're still a console player.
Yeah, no, but it confuses it because you've got keyboard and mouse. It goes, oh, you're a PC player now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Like it's
It's still from a PS5 or a Series X. Like it's still a console. Like
the input changes it. Yeah, that's like if you plug a controller into a PC, it goes, oh, you're a console player now.
yeah, but it doesn't.
And it gives you like, and then you get aim assist and shit while you're playing with your controller.
People play aim assist. You're a fucking moron.
No, but
I keep turning that off on every COD.
Yeah, because I say a lot of those games have them by default. Like it's crazy. It's just
Yeah, I know. It's just, it makes you move when you don't want it to. Like your cursor just glides. Like it shouldn't. Like if you use a sniper for example, I'm looking at someone. I'm right on them. All of a sudden it jerks off when you go to shoot. Like what?
Slight lock. It just drags to
like, and then you missed a headshot. Then you're dead because they know where you are. Like.
Because it goes, this is where the head is. Like, well, it's not. Like, I guess I know what you're saying. Like, that's the hitbox. but like it's not the hitbox because it's the head.
No, but it
Like,
could be a player ran behind him and it just
yeah,
snapped on. It could be a, that aim assist can go through walls. I'm pretty sure because like it just deviates through walls too. Like it's probably chasing someone behind.
oh yeah,
Which it's 2025 for fuck's sake. How hard is it? Other games have done it better, still than Call of Duty.
yeah.
Marvel Rivals does it fucking better. I've had no
Yeah.
issues with anything on that game really, except for once you just spam DPS, but then you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
They should have a limit, like you can only have. I said before, like only one hero per game per match. You can only have one Hulk, one,
Across
and
all
that
the
goes
teams.
for either side. Only
Yeah.
one per match.
Mm.
It'll make people use more. You know.
Actually, oh, people would just complain. They wouldn't get the understanding of like trying to get better. People just like to complain.
Did you see that meme that someone made where it's like, do you use anyone else than your main? And they're like,
Oh, yeah, there's one.
thinking like freaking out. I was like, I could use much any character and be fine with it.
Basically that, but like these groups, these Marvel rival groups are fucking hilarious, but they're so dumb and frustrating. Every time I see a post, half the time they go, "I'm level blah blah blah," and then here blah blah blah, and they're going around like, "Who gives a fuck? Why do you have to like start your sentence going, I'm level this?" And they go, "I was playing a match today." It's like, who gives a fuck what level you are? Why do you have to state like, "Oh, I'm level 51, but I was playing this game mode and I found this secret room." It's just like, what did your level being level 51 bring to the table of the
What does level
conversation?
51 have to do with finding a secret room?
Yeah, I know. It's just like, what does that got to do with the price of rice? Like, it's
It's
like,
to do with the price of eggs in China. Like, come
like
on.
it's just people just like, and it's like, why do people gotta bring up their levels every time they're discussing a topic? Like, who cares? Like, I just feel like people need to know, like, oh,
There's a thing of just playing the game. Like, I don't
but
even
like,
know what level I am
but
because I
like,
don't check.
you can't just be like, oh, I'm level 365. Oh, he's level 365. He must know what he's doing. No, you could be level 5,000 and still be trash and not know what the fuck you're doing. You could be level, level 10 and know the
Yeah,
fuck
look
of
at Elon
everything.
Musk on Path of Exile.
Like, fuck. Like, just because, like, yeah, you could have a high level, but that's because you played a lot of it. Doesn't mean you're actually good at it. You just played a lot.
Yeah, like people can play a lot and still get a high level. Like
people could be
you know,
like,
you're not good at it.
people could be level 400 on COD, but like that's just because they played it much. They don't have to be good to get to level 400. They just have to play enough. If you're good though, you just get there
Yeah.
quicker. The only thing about being good is you get to the levels quicker. But like, if you're just playing the one game, of course you're going to be a high level because that's what you fucking play. Like logic to don't sense.
Like the ones who all they play is COD. Of course, they're a high level because that's all
Yeah,
they fucking
same
play.
as Fortnite if they're a high level
So-
players. It's just any
just-
game.
Use your fucking noggin.
Fuck, I'm getting tired.
Common sense.
I'm getting real tired now. I want to
I
talk.
played Rocket League. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm level like 3,000 or so because I played a lot of Rocket League.
Mm.
Doesn't mean I'm good at it.
It's nearly midnight. We'll keep that for a bit, but I want to talk about things before I get here, before I start clonking out. So coming back to the story I was going to talk about today, been a very big day. That's why I'm starting to feel the tiredness now. Ready for bed because I'm burnt out.
I only got the yawns because I saw the time. I went, fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So,
You know, if you shake your head, you stop yawning. I found that out.
It doesn't stop. Then it stopped.
Apparently, it's meant to make you stop yawning, but
But anyway, I'll talk about what I was talking about earlier.
yeah.
So today, the reason it's a big day why we're delayed because we end up going to the SeaWorld Carnival. I think I did mention it to you. SeaWorld Carnival, but we started off the day, we went to Movie World because they had their Chinese New Year event on. So we got there basically just after 10 as they opened. We got there, walking through, having a look. And the way they made the Chinese New Year look advertised, they advertised the photos and they had this thing. They make it feel like it's extravagant and like really cool and like this whole like thing. You get there, the park's not decorated with anything whatsoever.
Oh man.
So the park just looks like the park like it normally does. And then when they do have like the presentation, like the performance, it's literally like the dragons come out, like the paper dragons, like the Chinese,
Oh,
dance.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
They come out from the main middle center gate. They come out. And the most funniest thing about it is the organization, the people that do this are all white. So there's no like Asian in there or whatsoever. It's just like some martial arts group school that like
Martial
do it.
arts group.
It's so random because I like watched it and there's just like all these white people coming out with the dragons and they're all like, because they're into it, it just makes sense. Like it's a cool culture to
Right.
be into and thing, but it's just kind of funny to me that it's just like all these
Yeah,
white
it's
people.
not a bad thing.
No, but it's just kind of funny to me that it's just all these white people traditioning a China. It's a Chinese tradition. You think you'd hire actual performers of actual culture because you would get a pure performance.
I probably couldn't get them. That's
But
the thing.
no, but it's just kind of funny. So that was kind of like it is what it is for what it was, but it was just like a little thing that they had come out and the drummer guy and all these things. The drummer looked like Master Roshi. I thought it was funny.
Fucking the bald dude with a white goatee, like
Yeah, the old white beard and
Little-
glasses. He had
a little
glasses
long
and
guy.
everything. Yeah, he was. He had the whole outfit too, but it was blue. He was on the drums. I was like, oh, Master Roshi. But yeah, so they had
he's in a
that.
Hawaiian shirt,
Yeah, basically, but like it was like a blue. It was
shorts.
like yeah.
Sandals?
White, yeah, just about. It was like
It's not the right.
It was like-
It
was like
Master Roshi.
ankle high. Like you could see his ankles, and he had like the shoot. Yeah, you could see his ankles.
Fuck's sake.
See his like his calf.
That's frowned upon, though. Jesus.
I was like kind of funny. But yeah, so they had that, and then there was, like I said, there was no real decoration. They had like their all-you-can-eat buffet got turned into a closed-down like pop-up Asian cuisine. So they were serving like noodles and rice. And the park was full of Asian people, so all the Asians were like flocking the food stand for the rice noodles, whatever it was. It was fucking. I was like, this is kind of funnily racist-ish because it's just like all the Asians were.
Well, I wouldn't say racist. No.
Stereotyping. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it was just very weird that it was just all the Asian
Stereotypical,
cultures. I say Asian because it was very mixed because you could tell there was like Chinese and like like all different stuff like Mandarin, Cantonese, like
Yeah.
Philippine, like there was like Philippines isn't what kind of Asian Philippine is like a descendant
Japanese.
from,
That part of.
but it's Japanese. But like all that kind of like Asia Pacific area, like there's
Yeah.
so many of that like culture at the park today, and it's just crazy to see it like Korean and everything. Like it was everything Asian, like it was phenomenal. I was like, where am I? But then to not have decorations, I was like, this is a bit lackluster. I was like, they could have had decorations. So the most.
I mean, it is polite to have decorations.
But, like-
I'm guessing, like
But like the most. And this
I
that's
wouldn't
the
say
funny
you
part.
need them, but it's
The most Chinese New Year
Respect.
thing they had there was the paper dragons performed by Western culture. The Chinese cuisine again, which was mostly chefs of Western culture, so it was the Western version of like. and then it was literally just like Bugs Bunny in like
I
that
say Western culture. We're East, not
or
West.
Eastern culture, whatever it is Western. I can't remember. East,
We're
West.
East.
Are we East? West. East?
Europe, like
they're
Europe's
Western.
north.
They're West. We're East.
Yeah, they're west to us. Well, they're more central.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
but also
Eastern
the
culture.
US is east to us too. Like it's on both sides of us.
That's weird. Like
Depends
it's
on
like,
depends on way you look at it.
I can't look it up, but yeah, the camera's east to west. It's like the same thing as American. We're the same label as
Yeah.
them, but like they're
Right.
Asians are a different.
I don't know how we're west though, because we're east, but
It's just but like yeah, either way, it's just like it was just very like white. So it's like everything was very like, and even then like it had the Looney Tunes characters, and it was just like Bugs Bunny, Lola, like Sylvester, like all these things. But then they had like the kind of traditional Asian style attire, like so it's just the mascots wearing Asian. And that's all it was. It was just like the mascots wearing Asian attires, like that. Those nice like blouses, like tops, whatever they were. Those but like they had that on the costumes,
Right.
and like that's all it was. It was just the dragons, the food, and then the Looney Tunes characters dressed up as like in the attire. And I'm like, this is it? Like really? Like this is the effort they're putting in for Chinese New Year? Like they make it like some extravagant thing for the whole week. Like come on down, check out this other stuff, and it's like there's nothing.
I mean,
Like,
half-assed it.
yeah, it's just like there's no. If they had some decorations, it would make it feel a bit more like
I wouldn't say
lanterns.
half-assed it, but
But like all you
they
need.
just didn't.
But like, you know, I mean,
They didn't full send
all
it.
you need is like a couple of the red, like the, you know, the lanterns. All you need some is the pop-up lanterns and like,
Oh, right.
you know, just those
Yeah,
paper
hanging
hanging
from the.
lanterns. Yeah, all you need is that and some like streamer shit that they have because that's Chinese New Year.
At least had the paper dragons. That's.
They have the paper, but like, they actually have like the paper lanterns and some red dang. All you need is like
Yeah.
bit of like like paper like danglers and like because that's what it's like. They have that kind of stuff. And it's just like
Right.
just an atmosphere. Like,
I thought they would have did a bit more than that then,
but no,
but.
it was just three things to make it, you know, to represent Chinese New Year. I was like, that's kind of shit. And then we went to SeaWorld after that, just so we went there early, so we get a bit of the park in before we could do the carnival because I started like 5:30. I was like, oh,
Carnival.
so such a long day. So like from 20 like from 10 o'clock at the park to one park, so then like 1 o'clock we left there, got to the other park. I went, oh, and then we're there till like
Right.
8 o'clock we left. It was just ridiculous, but like, oh, it was just crazy.
As long as you have fun, though.
Oh, it was kind of alright. My evening was ruined when we got there because we're like, oh, let's go watch the dolphin show because Max wanted to watch the dolphins, and all this, and I'm like, I'm not walking because like we put in one way. I'm like, it's the back entrance to the stairs, and I'm like, I'm not walking up the stairs. Like, I'm sore as it is, like from walking around the parks all day, and
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to walk up those stairs. My back's already like dealing with what I got to deal with. I was like, we'll go around the front side and we'll just go in. And we went in and I was like, pretty empty. Like the disabled seats were pretty much empty. I'm like, I'll sit there because like I'm too sore to fucking walk. I can't. There's not like it's like half the rows were all taken and it's all the back seats again. I'm like, I wasn't gonna walk up the stairs from the back end. I'm not walking up the stairs from the front end. It's like I'll just sit by these fucking disabled seats. And then one of the fucking people there, one of the workers, comes over and he's like, "Oh, this is for disabled people or people." I'm like, yeah, and like, but like, there's all these other people like we're kind of sitting in a few of them with like prams and shit and like people that were fine. And he comes up to us when we sat down. And he goes, "Oh, you gotta, you know, this is for disabled spots." I'm like, "Yeah, I know that. Like, I can clearly see that." It's like, "Oh, you know, people that have issues." I'm like, "Yeah, and like that." Basically, why I'm sitting here.
You have an issue right there.
Like that's it. That's basically why I'm sitting here. Like, you're like, you know, it's for people with wheelchairs and stuff. I'm like, okay, like you know, can move up to the seats at the back. I'm like, not really. Like, I don't. I've got an issue. I don't have to explain the ins and outs. Like that's why I'm sitting here.
I mean, if someone needed it, you'd definitely get up, but no
Yeah,
one
but
was.
like no one was there, so they was like, oh, well, no, we're making a deal. I'm like, oh, we'll just move to the one
I'm not
behind.
saying people should take a seat,
No,
but like you needed that.
but like it was the front end, and I could kind of get where because it was the actual wheelchair disabled bay. So it's like, okay, we'll come
Oh,
back.
yeah.
So we're like, okay, we'll move back one. So it's still in the disabled, but we'll move back one, just so it's out of the wheelchair access spots because like they're all on the front for wheelchairs. I'm like, we'll just move back in case people in wheelchairs. But there's like several bays, and there's so many people that were sitting in them that clearly weren't disabled. And the guy come back again, and he's like, "Are you? Can you like move to the ones up the far back?" Because like I just stared at him with the most blankest death stare. Like I'm just like, "You've told me I'm not walking up these stairs." Because I've got an issue, but I don't need to explain myself to you. You've told me that these are for people with this like issues. Clearly, I'm sitting here because I have an issue, not because of trivial reasons, because I'm lazy. Like, and then he decided to go off and tell other people to finally move as well. And like, I watched him the whole time when we got there. He didn't say anything to anyone else. It was when we sat down, he decided to have a go at us.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck's your deal? And then because when he first came to us and told us like to move, he decided to go see over to like where like, and this is the annoying part as well. There was a disabled people like in a wheelchair comfortably sitting in a spot where they were happy to sit at because there was more spaces where we were anyway. They could have sat anywhere if they wanted to, but they chose a spot in their wheelchair, and he went out of his way to go over there to tell them, "Go, oh, why don't you know you go sit in this wheelchair spot over here? Like this is what it's for." It's like they were happy where they were sitting. They had disabled themselves, and they chose to sit in that spot because they were happy
I mean,
in
like
that
if
spot.
they're already there, why move them? Like,
Yeah, and he irritated and kept nudging them on to move him over, and that's when we had moved up to the back bay, like by one. And then he came over to us, and that's when he came over to us again and told us to try and move again. And I stared at him, and I was like, "This is ridiculous." So I just got up and walked out. I'm like, "I'm not watching the Dolphins. Fuck them." Like, I just walked off. Like people sitting around me looking at me, and they like he was trying to tell me off, and I just stared at him. And people looking, I'm like, "Oh, fine then." And I'm like, "No." I just walked out of the thing because it's like a rant, like it's afterwards. So I'm like, "All right, fine. I'm leaving. You want to be like that?"
there's
I'm
a
just
reason you were sitting there. Like,
yeah.
the dude didn't get it. I
Like,
don't think. Like, he just.
no, it was just like I would have like if I was fine, I would have sat in a different spot. But like, it's just I'm not
But
dealing with
also,
that.
if someone needed that spot, you would have moved.
Yeah,
Like,
but like I said, there was that much space though in the disabled spots that like no one was gonna have to move. But there were so many people that had like prams and strollers with kids in it that clearly wasn't meant. Like they tell you to leave that stuff out of the area, but people brought them in anyway and left them in spots. Like half these people are not even following any of the rules, and you're not harassing all these people that are sitting in front.
Yeah.
Like I was just like,
I
no.
don't get that.
So I mean, I did.
He probably just didn't figure like you. He just picking on you.
Oh, yeah, it was what I mean.
Like,
To just it just decided to come at us,
because,
and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, why come at us for that? Like, it's ridiculous.
like, there's other people doing worse things.
Like other people, like that's what I said to him too. I'm like, I clearly see other people sitting in these spots that clearly don't need to be sitting in these three rows. Like why are you having a go at us? Like that's what I mean. I'm clearly sitting there for a reason. I chose to sit there. Like,
Right? Like, ah.
and we had kids as well. And we had kids as well, so they couldn't really
Right?
see too well. We had little kids, and the other people were just sitting there with little kids as well. And he was like, I'm like, well, no, but like, I was like, no, fine then. I'm not watching it then. I'm moving out the area.
So bizarre.
It's just like, it's just unnecessary. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just target you because
For whatever
you're
reason.
sitting there.
Yeah. Well, this man's fine. He'd be right. He can sit there. He can sit somewhere else. He doesn't need to be sitting there. Like again, like just typecasting, just discriminating. Like, don't judge whatever's going on. And like, I shouldn't have to explain myself as well. Like, I shouldn't have to explain the ins and outs of my injuries or whatever's going on.
Right.
Like, just don't have to explain. You don't explain. You have to explain yourself to anyone. But like, common decency denotes the point. But I was just like, this dude's just being a dick. And I was like, no. And that's why I was like, I'm gonna leave before I fucking tell him to go fuck himself with the sun don't shine and create an even bigger scene. Because it was going to be end up way push comes to shove.
Not the time and place for that. Like,
No, but if push came to shove, I would have pushed him into the fucking water, and that would have been a scene.
Just see the dolphins.
Yeah, he would have ended up with the fucking water with the dolphins, and then that would have been a problem. Because that would have been
not
it
really.
would have been assault. I would have assaulted a man,
Yeah.
pushed him into the water.
But he would have deserved it at that fucking point.
I know, but it would have been a whole
Like,
scene.
you really
I would
couldn't go
have.
up there.
I would have ended up on the news. Man pushes man into dolphin pit.
man pushes man in dolphin. What?
But yeah, so that happened, and then it was kind of annoying, and then but then later on, or like a little bit after that, so it was like a couple of hours, like maybe an hour had passed since then, or maybe an hour and a half, and then we finally get to like it was just before 5, and we're like, oh, I got to the ride. There was a ride we wanted to go on. It was the Ninja Turtle like flying thing. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go on there with you. I'll go on there with you, Jack, and then while we're there in the line waiting, I look over because it's like the line was kind of moving, kind of wasn't, and as they're waiting, we got closer. And we watched what the guy fiddling around. It was the exact same guy. It was the dickhead guy who was operating this ride now, and he was dicking about. And then just just like 5 minutes to 5, he's like fobbling around, going, "Open the gate, close the gate," on the radio talking, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is he doing? Like, just sort out your shit and get people on the ride." And that's like that's the saying. Like, yeah, I don't know. He's just dicking around. He's just an idiot. Like trying to get someone to replace his like I don't know what the fuck. Like he had to swap out or something.
Not gonna be there next time. Like
I don't know, but I was just like, oh, I remember this guy now. I'm gonna fucking, if I go again, I'm just gonna annoy the fuck out of him every time I go now. I'm just gonna.
You're just gonna mess with him.
Oh, he's I don't hold grudges, but when I do, oh, you fucking mess with him. I wanna go again specifically and just sit in the disabled spot and just stare at him.
It's just unnecessary. Like
I feel like I just want to go. Like if he's there working at the dolphin pit again, I want to walk in and just sit at the disabled spot and just death stare at him. Like if no one else, he's not working it, then of course I'll move because I should be fine by then. But like,
right?
I just want to do it just to be annoying.
It's just so weird.
And then what I should do is like get him so he's staring at me, take a photo of him, and then print his face on the shirt, and then go again another time. Just
That'd be weird. Wouldn't it like see like, huh? Just fuck with him so bad.
just
That'd be fucking hilarious though. Like that would be fucking hilarious.
But no, I just want to annoy people. Like if I'm getting to the point where you're annoyed, like I don't get mad annoyed with people, but like if you just do stupid shit, it's just like
unnecessary shit.
it's unnecessary. It's just like, bro, it's just like I'm sitting, like I wouldn't be just sitting here just for shits and gigs, like but there's clearly enough space. But like I know, like Like, I understand, but it's like, I'm not walking up the stairs when I've been walking all day and my back is
He
fucking killing me.
understands.
Because I've got back
Does he
problems.
understand? The other dude fucking didn't.
But then also, too, with my anxiety, it's easy being at the front because then if I need to leave because anxiety, I can just get up and
You
leave
can
and not
just
have to
walk off.
fucking, yeah, feel awkward walking down the stairs and getting in the way of everyone. Like,
Falling down the stairs.
oh, just crap.
He's so embarrassed to start falling.
Uh, but no, so
I've
that.
done that before. It's not fun.
But one thing I did enjoy was I actually managed to get for a change because they were on the right time, and I managed to like get myself in the queue. Was I fed some of the rays, the ray pool there.
Oh,
And I got to feeding rays is very interesting. The old stingrays and rays and all the manta rays or whatever. Because
the right, yeah, because the mount's under. How the fuck do you?
yeah,
Do you have to do it from your hand or?
so you gotta like
you just drop it
basically
in?
they give you a cup. It comes with 3 things in it, so it could be prawns or a bit of fish. But you gotta like basically hold like you get your fist, you create a fist, and you like put it between your fingers. So you basically they give you the prawn or whatever. You hold it between your fingers, so you know none of your fingers kind of like
Otherwise, just try and suck your finger off. Like,
yeah, because like they
God
say, it's
damn.
like with a horse, like you do your palm flat for a horse. So like that's the same kind of,
Yeah.
but like you hold it there, so your fingers aren't going to go.
Yeah, because if you do that, they can't bite you by accident.
yeah, so it's like that. So if you go like that, when they come in, they just take the piece, and your fingers aren't in the way to try and pass it or whatever. But yeah, they have like a lot of teeth, and you feel it when they munch on it. Because I had the prawn, and I put
Mantas
it.
have teeth.
Yeah, they do. It's very fucking weird. Because you feel it, like you feel it. Like I had my hand, like it's a big fucking prawn. It was a nice long prawn. So I had it in my fingers and I arm deep, elbow deep in the water, and it comes up because they said put up against it because they slip along the edge, so they got trying to eat from the under, and it came up and it grabbed it, and I could feel it munching on it like, and I could feel it. I was like, wow, that's so weird because you feel it vibrate, but they just like rapidly like munch on it and then take it out of your hand. It's just like. It's such a weird sensation, like feeling the vibrations on the water and then yanking it out of your fingers. It's crazy. And then
That's so bizarre.
yeah, it was only a small one too. And then Jack did one and he couldn't really get it, but then they took it.
Because it'd be less dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get his arm, but he got one. And then the last one, Al was trying to feed it, and they're all kind of because they get the smell, I guess, because it's in the water and they can smell like the blood or the food, whatever it is.
Oh, right, and they come over to see what it is.
So when we got it on photo, I couldn't be able because Al was trying to put because she got a bit of fish she had for hers, and she like had it in the water, and so I was like, you gotta get elbow deep, and before she even get a chance to like, because she like whooshed it in there and she like had it come out, and like no, you gotta be elbow deep. So when she went to as she's readjusting, the biggest fucking ray just comes straight up, it kind of like splashed up and almost came out of the fucking thing because. It's like before she, like it saw it, and before she could even get her arm in the thing, it dove out and snatched it out of her hand before she could get her hand in the water. Like she's coming down for the water, it just comes straight up, grab, and then just yanked it away, and it was gone. I was like, they're telling you to put your arm in the water so they don't come out of the water. Like this thing jumped out of the water before you could even get there. Like it saw.
Right, like that thing just took fucking flight.
It was like, you've got food, I'm coming to grab that food, everyone else can get out of the fucking, because there's all these little ones there, and it just fucking went straight over the top of them, and just, like I said, come out of the water, grabbed it, I thought it was going to splash out of the whole side, because of, like, how much air it come out of it. Like, it jumped so far out of the fucking pool, I was like, holy shit. Like, they say that can happen, like, if you don't put your elbow in the, but, like, she didn't even get a chance to, like, she was on her, in the process of putting her hand into the water, and it's just like, oh, like they say, like, okay, yeah, we get, like, we get the rules and instructions of how to do it, but what are you supposed to do when the animal's, like, jumping out of the water as you're going to put your elbow deep in, like...
It was nice that it knew what it was going for.
Yeah, like, and they knew it was feeding time, too, because it must be, like, the same time, 3 p.m., like, every day.
Right.
But, like, they knew, like, they were, like, straight onto it. Especially the big fella.
The fucking flight is like, I see it.
Yeah, he flew, like, he was like, no. I was like, that was cool. It's badass. Definitely.
Because when you see them, you don't see their teeth.
No, because they have that, like, the weird lips underneath the bottom side. But when they open up, they have some teeth underneath. And it's just like, oh.
That's so bizarre.
And as I said, like, you feel them munch it. It's just like, such a weird feeling to actually feel them take
Why
it and
don't they
munch
eat
it.
teeth? They don't eat anything like.
They eat fish, they eat prawns, like
You don't eat teeth for them.
yeah,
Prawns. No,
whole.
they. Whales eat them. And other things eat them whole. They like fish.
Yeah,
Like goldfish.
but
They eat
rays
shit
like
fucking
munch
whole.
their food. They don't just gobble it down. They munch
Yeah,
their
that's
food.
crazy, isn't it? Like they just munch it.
Like some animals just don't swallow things. They like,
Like most aquatic things, apart from sharks and some
But
whales, have little teeth. They
what
don't really use them.
what was funny though, we went down to the big tank later after that, a little bit later, because we love the big shark tank. So you see all the fish, you get to see all the bigger rays and sharks and all the dories and the unicorn fish and all that kind of, like, you get to see everything. And there's like turtles in the tank
The
as well.
dories.
One of the turtles in there. But it's kind of funny when you're looking at all that. So just imagine you look at the tank and you're like, oh yeah, look at all the rays and all the bigger, like, fucking. It's got like, oh, it's a big list of sea creatures are in it, or like dories and puffer fishes. Just imagine it just being like, oh, there's the sharks, there's tiger, not exactly tiger sharks, but like they might have some breed of tiger
Imagine
shark.
fucking tiger shark in that. Jesus.
Not a tiger, but what I mean, like there's all these different breeds of sharks.
Freaking great white in there. Woo!
But like, imagine just looking at it like, oh, there's a turtle and like there's a dory and oh my god, there's some rays and there's a puffer fish and the next bit duck.
That duck could be dead so quick.
They just watch it. They just dived in, just swam through, and it's down really deep too. Like the tanks are like, because when you're looking at the glass panel, it's double my height, so it's like
Yeah, because you see under, you don't see the top of it from where
because you're in water. But then when you think about it, so there's the ground as it is, then there's the lip level. So that's like, I don't know how high that is, like half a meter most probably. Then that's where the glass starts. So you got a half a meter. That's just the ground to like the wall piece.
Yeah,
then
so the kids can't do anything to it.
Yeah, well, it's just.
I'm guessing you can't kick it either. Like,
well, that's how they build tanks. So, like, you have a tank always lower than the scenery point of view, because even when you're viewing on the ground, you've still got.
Some of them are the full wall though. Some of them like.
So you've got viewing level, right? Then you have a lip.
Yeah.
A bit of a lip. No, it's glass completely. But you have like the lip going down to the actual pool of the.
I don't think it's glass. It's more of a. It's more sturdy than that.
But you have like the base of the pool, comes up, then you have ground like the base underwater base level, then you have glass which is like, I don't know, 6 foot, like 8 foot tall, 9 foot tall, maybe 10 foot tall glass panel, and then you have like the wall which then goes to the top of water, which is maybe another 2 meters or whatever it is of wall, because like you go down really deep.
On top.
Yeah, because you go down really deep, like to be in the tank basically, to look at the tank. Yeah. And this duck came like down to the bottom too. Like it didn't just like, oh, I'm just gonna poke around the top like most ducks do. This thing dived in, swam right down to the bottom of the tank with all the fishes, and he's just moseying around and dove back up. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? Like, just, I'm gonna come down here with the sharks. Like, I'm a shark. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro.
It's crazy how a duck would go that deep.
Yeah, he just dives so deep and he's swimming around between the fishes and darting through.
Because I only thought ducks just put their head underwater. That was it. Like they
they dive a little bit under. Yeah,
they literally just.
And I was just in my head. I was just in my head. I'm thinking, imagine a duck just fly in and just take out, and it's got like a dory in its mouth or something. Oh, like that'd be fucking hilarious. Like, just.
That'd be funny because those little fish, they do eat shit like that.
The duck, yeah.
I'm guessing there's not little fishy in there for him.
There are little fishies. There's all types of fishies, but
where the fuck did that come from? Are they in there with him?
But they're just there. Because they're just wild ducks. They're more like the swallow duck. Like it's a mix of those type of ducks. So.
I think meant like a normal, just an everyday duck you see.
Yeah, no, it's not a duck. It's a, but like they live in that area. But it's still a duck. But
they meant like just like a pet duck, like one of them, like a duck.
No, it's literally just ducks.
Because they don't go underwater like that.
No, but that's what I mean. That's what I was like, what the fuck? But like, this is like a wild duck. They just exist in the neighborhood. Like they're like the seagulls. They just exist in the neighborhood.
It's just like, ha ha.
But apparently they I overheard one of the people talk, and the employees, like they basically come in there and they steal the fish food. Apparently they don't steal fish, but they just dive into steal fish food.
Oh, it's easy to get.
Yeah, but I was like, bro, that's just mental. Just diving in to steal some fish food.
I mean, it's cool because they can afford to lose a few to ducks, but.
I was like the shark
It
love
keeps
the
them
duck.
it stops them eating the actual fish.
But I'm like, I always wonder. I imagine the sharks will actually take a bite of the ducks a few times.
Are there sharks in there with it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a shark tank.
And yet they don't eat the fish?
Sometimes they do apparently, but I think they get fed enough so they
Or
don't
is
have
it
to.
not like aggressive sharks? It's more of the gummy sharks and
Some gummy sharks, I guess, but yeah, I feel like they still nipped a few people in their times. Like not these ones specifically, but like the breed are common to nip
yeah.
people a few times.
Because gummy sharks you can pat and shit. Nurse
They're like,
sharks, I think, as well.
yeah, nurse sharks and things like that they have in there. But like they're at the end of
There's
the
the
day,
ones where you like the with the proper sharks, nothing else in there with them
because they'll eat everything.
because they would eat the fish.
Oh, speaking of that, I don't know what. I don't think it was food. But there was one time in the tank there was like a half a fish floating around in the water. One time we went. It was like not last year, like the year before when we had our tickets, like during
I'm
COVID.
guessing the bigger fish or something is a little bit of a nibble.
It was funny because it was like half the fish was just floating around, and I was like, "Yep."
What half? The front half, back
Yeah,
half?
the front half. It was the front half.
Stuck up from the back and just.
So it might have been dead, and then it's gone. Oh, it's dead. It's food now. So.
Probably had a little munch and like, it is dead. Like,
But
that's weird.
I still remember that. There's two things I remember from my previous visits to
Because you
SeaWorld.
put a predator in with other fish, like, what thing's gonna fucking happen?
So the last time I had a pass, I went to SeaWorld. So that was, like I said, most probably 2 years ago. The two memories I have from going 2 years ago was one seeing the half-eaten fish in the tank, and the other one was seeing a seal knock the fuck out a seagull.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious. I'm imagining he killed it, like in the one hit. But I remember,
Oh
like,
yeah,
I remember chilling there.
would've-
I remember them having the performance. I was chilling there, and I kind of like nodded off because I was just laying there. I was buggered. I remember waking up, looking over, and there was seagulls flying. And then in the instant, the seal like come up and slapped and body slammed the fuck out of the seagull. And then for the whole after presentation, like the rest of the presentation, this is a dead seagull like floating around in the water, and they were trying to like shoo it to the side. It's fucking hilarious.
That would have been fucking something to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it just floated around, and they tried so hard trying to get it. That's the one memory I remember. That's a poor memory. But now,
It's fucking full on the full weight of a fucking seal. Like, god dang.
yeah. But no, so yeah, that was my day.
There was no way that was.
No,
alive.
full slap of a seal, like fucking broke his neck and stuff.
There's no way. Like that's not one who got hit with a cricket ball. Like that was a cricket ball.
Yeah.
Imagine a seal.
Yeah, I know. People just don't realize like how heavy and dangerous some animals can be.
I mean, they're not dangerous for people really, but a fucking seagull.
Always the people are like, oh yeah, I can take on a kangaroo. Go on then.
I mean, you can take one on. Doesn't mean you're gonna come off any better for it. You're really not.
But no, so yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was just like, carnival stuff wasn't too bad. It was all the cool light displays and stuff. We pissed out at one point while we were doing one of the kids shows. Pissed down, so that was kind of horrible. And then yeah, raced around for a bit. Looked at all the different stuff. It was alright. Included with their passes, so I was like, yep, claim the freebie, go for it. Have fun.
Right? Like, fuck yeah. Why not? There's fucking nothing bad about that.
The dinner was kind of shit. Pork fish and chips. The fish was like rubbery as fuck.
They overcooked it.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Chewy rubbery.
It's meant to be flaky. Just cooked to the right.
Yep. So disappointing.
I'm guessing it was frozen. And
I should leave another feedback because I because of that incident with that dude that wouldn't allow seating. I left a message to support team. I was like, well, I should leave feedback about the food too.
Yeah, the fish was gummy. Like, why?
Yeah,
Fish shouldn't be gummy.
there's some pretty shit fish.
Shark shouldn't be gummy either, but you know. No, it's just like having salmon. Like if it's not flaky, it's not cooked right.
Mm. That's
You
it.
mentioned put a fork, and if it comes apart, without any effort, just put the fork on there and drag it.
That's it.
Like I don't know. It's just a thing. Like was it because it's a popular place? They're just trying to get them out as quick as they can. I'm
Basically, yeah.
guessing. I'm guessing it was frozen and then cooked, like frozen.
Most likely, yeah.
That's so bad.
But it was just the price of food was just shit. Needed to eat, and I was like, get this with the better value out of everything that was there. They were charging so dumb for a plain charred corn. They were charging $8 for a piece of corn. So dumb. Like $8 for a piece of corn. Like, fuck off.
They're like a couple of bucks.
Yeah. Are you gonna pay extra for that charred grilledness?
Yeah, extra for that fucking bit of labor, just chucking on the fucking grill, just rotating it. Like,
Fucking dumb.
I get they gotta make money, but like
Oh,
$8 for a fucking corn on the cob.
this is the funny thing. I just remember the funny part. Like, that I thought it was hilarious. Al seemed pretty whatever about it, and I was like, well, to me, it was very funny because the most obscurest thing. So you buy your popcorns and your cups, stuff like that. You know, you get your drinks and you get like all day sippers, so you can bottomless cups. They had a bundle
Yeah,
where you
all
get
day
like
sippers.
you can get your cup with popcorn in it, and there's like the one that's like your sip cup. But when we were like I was waiting for them to go on the ride, I looked over and I just happened to look into a bin, and someone chucked out one of their popcorn cups. Like it's a proper plastic cup, like a proper, like I was like, fuck, I'll take this. I was just doing the subtle like waiting around, make sure it didn't seem too weird me reaching to the bin, and I like grabbed the cup. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll grab the cup, and I grabbed, clearly it was like the popcorn cup. And as I grabbed it,
Right.
I'm like, oh, there's something in here. So I tipped it out, and some grapes fell out. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they've done chucked some rubbish in there. And as I'm picking it up, tipping it upside down, a whole fucking cucumber fell out of the fucking cup as well. And I was like, what the fuck is there a cucumber in this cup? I was like, what the fuck is there a cucumber? I felt the grapes and I saw the grapes fall out, but then this big green plonk comes out. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I told Al, and she goes, oh yeah. Like she was unfazed about it. I'm like, who the fuck just casually walks around with cucumbers in their fucking lunchboxes and just gonna eat cucumbers at a fucking theme park? Like, I was just like, what the fuck? Like, how's that so casual? Just like, oh yeah. I was like, it's a fuck. It's the last thing I'm expecting to fall out of a cup I've taken out of a bin is a fucking cucumber. Like, I'm expecting leftover rubbish of like maybe a fucking wipe or like some
A
crumbs of
fucking
popcorn,
cucumber.
but not a whole uneaten fucking cucumber. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's fucking hilarious.
I said when I was trying to tell this, when I was telling the story to Al, she's like, yeah, like she's so unfazed. I'm like, who the fuck is carrying around cucumbers? Like, oh, that's what we used to have.
Why
Like,
did she phase with a cucumber in it?
she's like, oh yeah, Dad used to bring cucumbers to theme parks all the time. He used to cut them up and put some salt on them. I'm like, who the fuck is walking around with cucumbers and putting salt on them? I'm like, what the fucking fancy shit is this bullshit? Like, I'm not taking cucumbers to park with salt and sprinkling fucking salt on my cucumbers as a snack
Well,
at a theme park.
you just get some salt and hey, can I have some salt, please? And just
I was like, what kind of snack is this? Like,
like,
that's the last thing I'm putting in my snack bag to fucking take to a theme
if you
park.
want to take, if you want to just take pickled cucumber, like already cut,
Like gourmet, like what the fuck? I was like, why are you sitting there
I
peeling?
don't get what. Why?
Like that's like to me. This is a whole fucking cucumber. Like that's a thing that shouldn't be there. A whole fucking cucumber, like whole unpeeled. Like
That's fucked, man.
I was like, what the fuck? It threw me. I was like fucking gobsmacked. It threw me out of the window that I like just taking the cup. I was just like, I think I felt like I did taking the cup a favor. Like, oh, like that was like one time years ago. Like I remember they had the other ones. It was like the Batman DC Rivals like cups.
Hmm.
And one of the events we went to, I can't remember what it was. One of the events, I think it might have been like a Halloween one or something like that. And it was fucking crack up for me at the end because I left with a mad towel. So this was like a fair few years ago now.
A what?
So again, it was the plastic cups with the theme like Batman, DC, Joker, like that kind of was the
Oh.
Rivals one.
Did it have a cucumber in there?
No, but like again, people like were bought them to have their drinks or popcorns. They either left them on the bins, left them down by the bins, or left them in the bins. And I was like, what the fuck are people doing? Like these, you pay for this cup. Like you pay the extra extortion price because you're paying for the cup. Like it's a souvenir cup. And I remember one of the, like I said, one of those times, this is years ago, but because I went around and I saw them, I just grabbed them. And I left with like 20 of them. Like I had like a tower of them. Like it's like, cause I just, that's how many I found. I was like, yep, take that, take
20.
that, take that. I just grabbed them. I just like saw them in the bin, grabbed them out the bin, next to the bin, no one's around, grabbed it. I just grabbed it and just stacked them up. And I'm like, these are actual cups that people buy. Like, you're paying money for that. Some of these are just going to end up as landfill because people bought it, didn't need it, and chucked it out. I'm like, but this is a proper manufactured plastic cup that can be reused over and over and over again as a drinking cup. And these are nice fucking
Right?
big tumblers, like cup. Like, it's a big cup. Maybe hold maybe a liter.
But
Like,
they just yeet.
yeah, and I'm like, every time, like, if I'm at a park and I see that, I'm like, yep, I'll fucking take that. I'm like, why not? It's going to be reused. Like, that's just crazy.
That's insanity.
Like, I've got, there's like the Leviathan ones. I got a couple of those for the same thing too. One of them's now used as my paint cup because I'm like, it's mostly a
Paint
limited
cup.
line. Yeah, I don't even know if they make the Leviathan ones anymore, but it's now a paint cup. But I got a couple of them laying around, you know. But like the same thing. Like every time I've gone to parks, I see them. I grab them. I'm like, you've thrown it out. Like, why? Like it's a souvenir cup. Like, it's not a paint.
You meant to hold on to them?
Like yeah.
I mean, they probably don't want it, but
No, but it's just like, what? I just imagine how many get thrown out every day that people are buying. It's like, I wonder, like, because health and safety reasons, like, the theme park's not going to take them and reuse, like, they're going to throw them out. Like, once they're in the rubbish, they're in the rubbish. Like, that's health and safety. They just manufacture
right?
new of them. Like,
Like,
I will fucking take them and save them for a rainy day and
I
use
don't
them.
get why that was even chucked out in the first place.
But like these are the sippy cups. I got my sippy cup here. So this is a sippy cup you buy. So that's these, and you can
Sippy cup.
you
Oh
pay
yeah,
that
them
one
things.
amount and you
Yeah.
get like it's a smaller than the other cups that they give you. That you get like one serving of. Like this is your refill cup, so you can pay, you know. And
Hmm.
like even sometimes like this, people throw these out. It's just like, why? There's a proper
I mean, I see why, but it
like
happens so often.
like it's got a handle. Like it's a proper cup. You got a proper straw, tucks away. You've got a handle. Like it's a proper. Okay, maybe it's a lot cheaper plastic than it used to be, but like it's proper manufactured like cup. Like it's a proper drinking bottle. Like it's like I don't really see that many of these anymore, but you know, if I did, I would take
No,
them as well too. Like, fuck, like
right?
why the fuck not? Like use a friend now. Just give it a rinse, give it a clean.
You should have taken a fucking massive bucket with you and just go around and say you keeping your drinks. Chuck 'em in
Yeah, I know. Just fucking just
there.
take them all. But like,
No, you should take it. Just label it. The cup bucket. He's just put the cups in there.
yeah, the cup bucket.
Cup bucket.
But no, maybe I should do that as a thing. Go just keep track of how many I can find. Collect at the end of the year. Like I collected this amount. I feel like I'd get them
I don't
enough
see why not.
like I feel like I'd get told off. I feel like it'd be funny get told off by them. You gotta stop collecting cups. Become known as the cup man.
Cup man.
But like, well, it's like, well, they're proper quality plastic
Cup
cups.
man. Like.
I'll take them and use them for other things, like assortment of fucking things. Use them to store shit. Fucking use them for my paint buckets. Like,
Right? You'd be used to anything.
ah, just crazy.
Anything.
Fucking crazy.
It's everything.
Wow.
Everything.
I'm so tired. I guess I had a midday nap yesterday. Just randomly, I was like,
Yes.
I'm like, just after 12, it was like 12:15. I was like, I'm gonna lay down for a bit. Wasn't really gonna have a nap. I was like, I'm just gonna lay down just so I can stretch out my body and relax my back. And I nodded off, and then I woke up like an hour and a half later, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get the kid from school.
Oh my god. Fuck's sake.
But I don't know. You got anything else?
Um,
I've been yammering on. Oh, really?
No, I can't think of anything.
Can't think of anything. Maybe something else I
Except,
want to talk about. I've
I
talked
was
about too
just, I was
much.
just thinking about fucking Forza on PlayStation.
Yeah, Forza on PlayStation.
Forza Horizon 5 on PlayStation in a few months.
That was funny, actually. Speaking of that, there was a post. So it's one of those one of the Xbox gaming articles because
Oh,
that
fuck.
I think it was like True Achievement or something. They called it was funny because they also called bloody Multiverses one of the best free Xbox games. I'm like, you do know this is a multi-platform game, right? It's
It's on
it's
everything, like
it's
Switch
like
and...
it's like saying like Fortnite's the best free multiplayer game on Xbox. It's like it's the same. It's like it's a multiplayer game.
I I don't get it.
Like it's just weird how they always push the narrative of these games like best Xbox games, like they're multi-platform though. But like they posted about because it was funny that they posted about Forza going to PlayStation thing because they're very they're very biased. And I commented going and it was funny because when they were talking about it, everyone's getting riled up and triggered and stuff and typical Xbox calling everyone Sony ponies,
Yeah.
crybabies and stuff. It's like why are we crying? Like we're getting stuff that you're not getting. Like you've had it, but it's coming to us. Like it's a bonus for PlayStation players.
I didn't realize. You know that game came out 2021.
I know, not too damn ago.
That was a long time ago.
4 years. But anyway, but like it was just
Yeah.
funny. Like it was just funny. All these people losing their shit, and I just comment going, "Wait till y'all find out Halo's coming to PlayStation." Because they're all getting worked up over the thing, and I
They
was like,
already know what it is. That's why
I
they're...
know, but it's just like it's just funny just watching them get all riled up. And that's why I just had to
It
comment
is,
that
yeah.
because everyone's talking about Forza and all this bullshit on random shit. And like this is like, wait till you find out Halo's coming to play PS5, and then it was like this because it was like a couple of days ago, and then it was like the day later after that post, the account goes, sources say talk about Halo coming to PS5, and I'm like, did they just look at my comment and just be like, fuck, like it's just funny that it's like a day later.
I think more
No,
coincidence because everyone knows Halo's fucking
yeah,
going over.
but it's just still funny. Like out of all other articles to bring up, they've mentioned Halo. I was like,
Right?
that's hilarious. After I was like, wait till you see Halo. But like, it's true though. It's fucking hilarious.
Wait till you see Halo's going, bro. It'd be fucking hilarious.
But I'll buy it
I
again.
mean, it's cool because Platinum Halo. Fuck yeah.
I technically
It'll play better too because it looked better because the Pro. But
I re-downloaded because I kind of just want to have a look at the state of it now. It's been a while,
like,
but I
Infinite.
reinstalled Infinite's multiplayer
Ew.
because I kind of just want to see the state of it now because I haven't touched it for so long. So I was curious to see like how much they've actually added from the, you know what I mean? Because I remember playing like I played it when it was like launched and how they had those hiccups. Now it's been like what, how many years now? Like 2 years?
3 years.
Like I want to know how much content they've added
Three.
now. Like if it's been 3 years,
2022, right?
some I guess yeah. So
23.
I
I don't
do
know.
kind of remember how much content they added. So I was hoping to look at it before this episode, but we'll do that for next episode. So I'm gonna have a look at it during the week, and I'll come back like next episode, and talk about how much they've actually added, because I want to see like what they've done in 3 years. Like have they done? You know what I mean? Like I want to have a first-hand experience to see how little they've done or how much they've done, or to them how much they've done in quotations. Because they might have thought, oh, we've done so much work when it's just like nothing. You know what they're like.
They put so many cosmetics. That's what that is.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
so I want to have a looky gander and see what's actually the state of it is now 3 years later, because I haven't touched it in that long. Like I literally have not touched it. Like I played at the time when I looked at the multiplayer at that point, and then I left it, and I haven't gone back since. So I'm like, well, I'll download
Right.
that.
I haven't touched it since it came out. Really.
I just have no interest. So it's just that I want to give it a go, see how it plays, see how it feels now that it's compared to
I'll be
other
trash.
games, because of like how I've been playing other games.
Because I have friends who played Halo Infinite and they just stopped. They just did the multiplayer. Said it was fun. You can't play it here anymore.
Mm.
They changed the fucking servers.
That's what I
And
mean. So that's why I want to have a look. So that's why I want to look at everything, because everything's changed. Everything's flipped and flopped, and I'm like, well, it's been a nice gap. I'm like, I want to see how it feels 3 years later, if that's the case.
You probably don't though. That's the thing. Like,
That's what I mean. That's what I want to come back with. I want to do it and
yeah,
come back with that
right.
going, it was shit. Like I had the worst experience, or it was kind of maybe enjoy. You know, I want to go check that out and actually have something like bring back feedback on it
Yeah.
because they've added so many random things to multiplayer now and all these random cosmetics for character styles that are characters that never existed, like species types of things. Like it's very weird. So I want to see like
Species types? What?
yeah, I don't know. It's very weird, like character. Like I don't know. It's just weird to explain. So that's why I want to look at it because they're like adding character styles for characters that never existed, but they're trying to expand on. I don't know. It's very yeah. So I want to go and have a look and see what. So it's like this is inspired by a Forerunner character that was never a Forerunner character that was like you look at 5 and there's like maybe 8 different Forerunner types, but it's like here's this style
Right?
of armor that's based off a Forerunner type that was never included. Like it's a nice, inspired from this character. It's like
Why?
why are they just making up random shit and just trying to say it's this?
I wouldn't say they're making up random shit, but it's
It's like when they added,
stuff that didn't exist
it's like
for
when
a
they
reason.
gave, yeah, but it's like when they gave the Spartan fucking cat ears. Like
Oh yeah.
so that's what I want to look at. That's why I was like, it's been a good while. I want to go look at that, see what other nonsensical stuff they might have added that I haven't seen anyone talk about, or So I'll report back on that next week. It's like I thought I'll talk about. Just mention that.
Like why?
So give it a go. I'm gonna see what it's like. See how it's all.
I forgot
fares.
about the fucking cat ears. God dang it.
Yep. So I want to see if there's anything more that's like that. Which I wouldn't be surprised if there is.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Cat bracelets. Might have added a cat necklace.
Cat necklace. Got the ears on the necklace, ears on your helmet, ears on your fucking wrist,
Who
ears on your
knows?
was it ears on your nipples? Ears on the like the freaking bat nips. And ears on your nipples. Like fuck. That's gonna be in the fucking I just realised when you said that it's gonna be on the fucking transcribe. I'm taking.
Steve Downs.
Yeah, it's sad he's not gonna be chief anymore if they reboot it.
Rick Downey Jr.
What do they get like Troy Baker?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jackson.
I mean, could have a Troy Baker do a chief.
Troy Baker.
He could definitely do it.
Nolan North.
A good chief. Yeah,
Give it a good
Troy Baker.
Troy Baker. Reckon.
Nolan North couldn't do it.
They just don't need to have Chief anymore. He's done. Just don't. Once Dow's done, that's it. Like
No, but if they're gonna reboot it, you have to have chief. But who the fuck would they even get?
just reboot a new character.
Just have no chief. Just have it's another Spartan. Well, there were other Spartans, so.
Just gets rebooted and you play as Halsey as a fucking field agent.
Oh fuck off!
Not even a scientist. She's just like a go-getter, fucking deadly ass, fucking.
No, just have it like how Reach was. Like have us as the fucking Rangers. Like
Just give us a new Halo game, play as Sergeant once.
Johnson. Right? No, he dies.
Yeah, but go back. So it's like you follow his origin story.
It wouldn't be interesting though, really.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of crazy shit. He's like a clone.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah.
Yeah, but still, like, I mean, it could be cool, wouldn't
I
Really?
know what the leaks.
it?
But,
But yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'll come back to that. Like I said, I'll come back to that next week and I'll talk about that. And you'll know if I it's bad if I dislike it, because I'm a good old Halo fanatic. So
We already called Infinite bad in the first place.
yeah, so that's said if it's still Dookie water, it's gonna be still fun.
It wouldn't have got better.
No,
I don't think.
I don't expect it to.
Plus, they've stopped support for it, so
No, they still support it.
yeah, it's not now region.
Campaigns definitely not supported, but the multiplayer's still fucking going. Still support that. Same as Chief Collection. The only good thing about freaking the multiplayer being free is that I can just load it up and check it. I don't have to worry about paying a subscription. So I do like the benefit that it's free to play. So I can access everything.
I thought about that, yeah. So you can just play the multiplayer. I still can't believe that fucking full game was priced at a full price game without multiplayer.
I know. And Oh, it's still.
And
Oh.
Forge.
Oh, not even. It still pisses me off with that. It's like, here, it's a full game, but multiplayer's free to play, so.
I
Oh.
still can't believe Bungie, out of all their shit, they released a full game every time.
I know. And the worst
There
problem
was no
was.
waiting a year or
The
two for
worst problem
Forge.
was. The worst Oh, there was like 4 on 3. Forge was like a year behind.
Yeah, but
Um,
that was the first iteration, really, like,
but like.
of that.
Oh, it just gets me just every time. It's fucking.
But, like, the modern day
No.
Halo shouldn't have an issue.
Just Halo fucking Infinite being like, here's the game. Oh, I'll buy my game. I will always talk this to the end of the days. Just
Full
fucking.
price for a quarter of a game. Should have been a
You
quarter of the
pay full
fucking price.
price. All you got was the campaign on the disc. Not even that really, because you still had to download the campaign. But the multiplayer specifically wasn't even on the
It was
disc.
free.
It was free to play, but then you had to download the multiplayer to access, which your disc only held like 20. Ended up having 20 gig because the campaign was only 20 gig. Which was stupid. They could have fit it all on the one disc, but no. It would just have the campaign on the disc and then make you download the multiplayer because the multiplayer is
I'm
separate.
hoping Indiana
Oh.
Jones and Forza get discs because I don't care if they're digital only, but like I just want a disc.
It'd be nice to actually have that case where you're looking actually like Forza Horizon has like the white PS5 on the top. Like, that would be like fucking nice.
Also, Ninja Gaiden 4 is published by Xbox,
Mm.
and because PlayStation Australia put the trailer up, it's a Xbox Game Studios under a PlayStation.
It's just
video.
gonna be funny to look at like if like for example like the Master Chief Collection if they like whenever that and just seeing it in a blue case Master Chief Collection and it has PS5 label across the top. It's gonna be fucking.
It'd be Master Chief Collection Definitive Edition or something. Because
Oh, but the fact that it's just gonna have like that PS5 label across the top is gonna be like fucking great.
it's gonna be weird, man.
It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna be fucking great. Like, oh.
It's gonna be, and every future Halo is gonna have that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not just that, Gears.
Yep.
Because I'm pretty sure this new Gears is gonna be on PS5. Like,
It's gonna
if
be
not day one,
Yeah, multiplayer. Yeah.
day one, because it's a reboot. Like before the first game.
And
Like
the problem is, the only reason they're doing this is because they start putting all their games directly on Game Pass. They're not making money, so they start making money back from PlayStation. That's the issue.
Switch.
Yeah, like that's the issue that they're going with. So they're giving games away on Xbox, and then everyone else has to pay for it. But like that's the model that Xbox wants to go. That's the ship they're sailing now. Like they're just making games, putting it on Game Pass.
Sega. Like,
But
Sega.
that's another thing that I laughed about because people were talking about games, and it was one of the things someone commented going.
But still, Sega's doing good. Look at
Yeah.
that shit.
But no, this is one of the comments.
Third party's not a bad thing.
Someone literally said in the comments on one of the posts, I don't know if it was Forza or whatever it was, it might have been the Halo one, but someone literally commented going, "Why can't Game Pass be on PlayStation?"
Well, it can, but they said no. Like,
Yeah, I was like,
PlayStation said no.
if you followed what was like when they literally said, like Sony said, no, they didn't want it. Like they did not want Game Pass. They didn't want that shit. Like, but it's just fucking hilarious whether this dude was just like, why can't, like you're like basically whining going, why can't Game Pass be on PlayStation? It's like, well, because Sony doesn't want that. Sony said no. Like,
Right.
as simple as that. It's just black and white. No.
They said no.
Like,
Nintendo said no. Like,
yeah. Like, because even for it to work on Nintendo, it was just going to be streaming to Nintendo. It wasn't even like
yeah.
downloading. It was just streaming the games. I think it was going to be the same for PlayStation. Well, you just stream.
PlayStation's got their own thing. Why would they want Game Pass to interfere with?
Yeah. Their model.
Also, I prefer the PlayStation one. It's $95 a year for the base.
Yeah.
I don't buy the extra because I buy the games anyway.
Hmm. Well, you do get nice discounts having some of the higher tiers.
Yeah.
Because like I get benefits.
I don't
the
buy
base.
digital anyway unless it's on sale. So.
Mm. Well, that's it.
Then again, not always the case. I bought Helldivers day one on digital.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait for the disc to turn up. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy it. Fuck. Same
Well,
as Astrobot.
Mm.
There's some games I do buy day one on digital, but it's just so much more expensive.
Yeah, it's usually games that either I could get a lot cheaper digital that I'll buy it digital, or it's like something that's just it's hard to find a physical copy for. So I'm like, I'll just get digital.
Like Fist of the North Star. That's $6 fucking.
I was like, oh fuck, it's easy. I didn't have to go anywhere to try and hunt it down. Like I
And
don't.
again, I got a copy for like $20. So,
Yeah.
hey.
I was like, I don't necessarily need a physical copy. If I happen to come across one in the future, I might buy it.
I
But
mean,
like,
it'd be rare to find in a because
mm. But like I said, if I happen to
fuck.
come across it, like, oh, it's cheap,
Yeah,
reasonable price, I'm like, maybe I might grab it. But like, I'm not gonna go out of my way. Like, and then for $6, I'm like,
yeah.
that's easy enough. I don't have to go out of my way to, try and.
I think it was about $20. Maybe it could be more than that. I don't know.
But yeah, so it's just like that's not bad.
But either way, it's like I don't mind buying digital. Like my digital library is over 700 games, I think. So
Mm.
I have no problem buying them.
That's it.
Like I just bought Ninja Gaiden the Master Collection for like
Mm.
50 odd bucks. And I bought Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna buy it on disc.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm gonna buy it on
Oh,
disc.
that's funny. I wanted to bring up as well. Fucking because I've been like see who comes on my friends list on PlayStation every day and see what people are playing. And Luke, Eddie's brother, for a bit there he was playing Wukong. So he was playing the Wukong Black Myth. So he was playing that for a bit, and then
Yeah.
he went from playing Wukong to then up playing Wulong. I was just like, what the fuck? When I first saw it, this was a couple of weeks back. I was going to bring it up.
I mean, he hasn't finished Black Myth Wukong. We're playing Way Long Fallen Dynasty.
Yeah, no, I think he did end up finishing off Black Myth. He did.
Oh, they're playing Way
But
Long
yeah,
instead now.
so he went from Wulong to Wolong, Wukong to Wolong, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I said that I messaged him because this was a couple of weeks ago. I forgot to bring it up, but I thought it was hilarious just to go from like, I was like, you played Wukong that long, you're now Wolong. I was like, what the?
You played Wukong War Long time.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking
But I did
hilarious.
lie. It wasn't $20.
Wasn't?
It was 50. It was 55.
Oh god, is that because of shipping?
Yeah, it's not a cheap game, man.
Ah,
Well, it is for a acceptable condition.
yeah, really decent.
Also, guess what I found? A
Mm.
game called Full Auto.
Full auto.
Although, it was on the
Full auto.
Xbox 360.
Full auto sounds familiar.
I don't know what it is exactly, but I grabbed it.
Full auto.
And the God of War Collection Volume 2.
Yeah.
Remember when I said it sold? I found another one, $149. I was like, that's not a bad price, actually, for what it is.
Oh.
And like, the next week's party, I think I may have a bunch of collections because I've ordered a shit ton of 11 or 12 games during the week.
It's too bad.
Yeah, like Full Auto, never heard of it. Full Auto 2's PlayStation only, but the first one's Xbox.
Is it Racer?
What?
Full auto. Shooter?
Full Auto is Sega
It's a racing game or a shoot game?
Racing, yeah.
So I thought it was racing.
From Sega. Which I don't know if they have the license still. Like, have we not seen that anymore since the second one? Like,
Because that sounds very familiar to me. Full auto.
and I got Stranglehold for $10. I did play it on PC. It's weird. The
Stranglehold?
controls are whack. Hey?
Stranglehold?
Yeah, John Woo.
John Woo.
John presents Stranglehold. What a weird name. Also, Wally and Planet 51.
Planet 51.
Yeah. Also, a UK one because there's no Australian version
Yeah.
on eBay. And the other one's American and they won't play on a Australian 360.
Hmm.
Because the 360 is region locked because it's not Blu-ray. Which it kind of is hard buying for 360 because things you can't buy from another unless it's a PAL region. It's got to be PAL.
That's
So.
it. Full auto. It's like another. It's like Blur.
except done way before.
Yeah.
2006, 5, whatever it was.
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up for like 20 fucking bucks. My 360's getting there, my collection. I'm only going the exclusives or back compat for
Well,
that though.
I wonder if that's made by the same people that did Blur.
No, that's Sega who did that one.
Pseudo Interactive. Yeah, no, because that was done by Blur was done by that Bizarre Creations, wasn't it?
Bizarre, yeah.
Because they worked with Sega at one point, but they didn't like the word hell, so they had to change the name to Bizarre.
Yeah, like Full Order, yeah.
I wonder if they must have had like before they created that studio, if they people like worked on that, then they created the hell whatever it was, and then they didn't like us, and they left, and then they ended up.
Pseudo did Cell Damage
Mm. I just wonder if some
and
of the people
Vector
that
Man. Vector Man, like what the
I mean, though, I just wonder if some of the people that worked on Full Auto were like
Mm.
team that joined that other because they like I said they were working with Sega, but they didn't like the name Hell, so then they ended up having to change it. But then they left, and then they were bought
Well,
back.
this developer only, they did Full Auto and then Full Auto 2 and then nothing.
So that's what I'm wondering if that would make because it's very much like Blur. Like
And they did
ve-
their only games were Soul Damage Overdrive, and Full Auto 1 and 2.
yeah, like I said, it's way like so much like Blur.
Mm.
So I'm wondering, like I said, that's what I wonder if that's what they must have been at Pseudo, and then half the team left, so then whatever created something else or went with other things, and then they've gone. Let's create this studio. That didn't work out, and then like and then they went to another because they worked with Sega, so it's kind of ironic that you know two different developers made similar games for Sega, or not necessarily for Sega. One was for Sega. One worked with other games for
Oh,
Sega.
they're working on another game apparently. That Pseudo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as of 2021, the company is developing an MMORTS. MMORTS. Blah, blah, blah. On October
Yeah.
7th, 2022, the co-founder David Wu died of diabetic shock.
Ooh.
Man. He was the lead developer at Pseudo Interactive, which was revived in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then things happened, and so I was like, huh.
Interesting.
Oh, after closing, several employees formed Drinkbox Studios. So not Blur. Drinkbox Studios. Like what? These developer names are like these old ones. Oh fuck! They took a shift. You know, the Drinkbox Studios did Guacamelee
Oh,
and Nobody Saves the World.
that's cool.
From Cars to that.
Hmm.
Yeah, they Guacamelee, Severed, Guacamelee 2, and Nobody Saves the World. They did bigger and better things after Sony got shut down.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I do like Guacamelee. That looks fucking good.
Hmm.
And Nobody Saves the World. I've played a bit of that. No, it's interesting when you go through developers, like where they went,
Hmm.
different like. Because I
Uh.
wouldn't have thought that Guacamelee they did the full auto.
Yep.
Completely did a whole fucking 180. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah.
half the team. But
Yeah. Anyway,
I
I
digress. I
digress.
didn't.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good one.
I always digress.
We're nearly at
People,
3 hours. We're nearly at 3 hours.
people expect that,
We're gonna end this like 30 minutes ago.
right?
Um, it's nearly 1 o'clock. I should go to bed.
I thought Full Auto was on Steam, but it's not. Um, but yes. What episode are we?
Oh,
5?
I don't know. No, don't say it.
5, 6, whatever it is. Thank you, Bearders and Beardettes, for joining us on this fantastic episode. Thank you for watching, listening. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button, ring that damn bell, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate. Whoa, that was very zoomed in. We appreciate every single one of you, as always. I've only got one hand to do all my shit, so. As always, we have been Dale and Jim. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye. My finger's bent.
Oh,
My pinky's bent too.
got bent pinky.
I don't know how common that actually is. Like, there's a straight one's bent. That's bent. That's bent. My fingers are bent.
That one's bent.
Yeah, right. Like,
Well,
you have a
one's...
bent pinky as well. Both mine are bent.
It's more looks like it's bent because there's actually a divot there for me holding my phone. It's
Maybe that's what that is true then. Fuck.
from that. It's from
No,
that.
They're all
from
bent.
that.
They're all bent. Right. It is convenient though. But I don't hold my phone like I hold it like that. So
Yeah, I rest on my pinky. So my.
it depends depends what I'm doing. I am sad about that fucking body count. You can see there's a very slight stain near the Codemasters, like a water stain.
Yeah, you can see it. Brother.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I wish I knew about it beforehand, and it's definitely on that part. It's apparent.
Oh yeah.
That's not the end of the world. Like, it's a fucking pre-owned game, so if I find a better copy, I'll get it.
Brother.
The end of the fucking world. Like, still a good fucking condition. Looks in good condition.
That's alright then. Yeah.
There is some residue on there from a sticker on the
Residue.
I can get that off though with a bit of thing.
Residue.
Plus, whoever collects these games have got to be in for a shock because nothing is perfect when you get it from someone.
Let's see.
Like that there got like the case is a bit got that sticker ring.
Yeah.
Activision games always have them. Just where a sticker once was.
Yeah. It's a pain.
Also, sticker residue on the book. I'm sad about. Like, right.
Oh, they tried. Off. Yeah, it's taking that top layer of the gloss off.
No, it
left to
that's
dry
part
matte.
of the sticker still there. Yeah.
Oh, they left a bit of the matte. So yeah, sometimes when it takes that top layer of the.
If I find a better manual, I'll pick it up. But
yeah.
I mean, that's not too. Like, I'm not looking to sell these at any point. So
yeah, it's just so you can have them.
Plus, they still sell for a fair fucking bit if I wanted to sell them. Fuck. It's not that it's unplayable or anything.
No, that's
it's still complete. It's just got a couple of sticker residues.
That's it. As long as it's not getting stuck on like a disc, it's getting stuck in the thing because it's sticker red. Which should you?
Then again, if I was to sell anything, I'd do it as a whole bundle, not individual.
Yeah. Big ass collection.
Yeah, I looked at my PS3 games. I got a few hundred just there. I'm like,
I know it happens. It fucking happens.
I was like, my 360's getting there too. I'm like, I'm gonna slow down on them.